and welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 489, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 53-45 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carrabis, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Wow. Jared, what's going on here?
What do you mean?
Explain to the people why Steve has been suspended before saying a word.
What did I say? I didn't even say anything about Steve. Why do you think Steve's suspended? I didn't say any. I didn't call for anybody to be suspended. That could have been for me. That could have been for Coley. Could have been for Jake. Could have been for you. You've had over 100 suspensions. Why do you think? Why do you think?
101, baby.
Yeah. Why do you think, Tyler, that it was Steve? You let me know your thoughts.
I saw Steve's mic was muted, which seemingly would put him in the cage. As someone who's been suspended many times, that's how I usually know.
So then Jake was the one that muted the mic. Jake, why do you think Steve was suspended?
It just kind of felt like it was Steve there for some reason.
Notice how I wasn't even going to say it. I was looking at Jared the whole time. I'm like, there's no chance these words are getting
presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Suck one. Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake.
Tough start.
Yeah, why? What's up?
Well, the Sox suck. It's just the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibes are bad.
Yeah, vibes. I mean, I'm fine, man.
Yeah, you went to a concert tonight.
I went to a concert tonight. Yeah, I've been dying to see the Foo Fighters.
Yep.
I had tickets in 2013. I was so excited to go, and then something came up, couldn't go.
Suck one.
It escaped me for over 10 years. And then shout out to Jimmy Stewart of 98.5, the fucking Sports Hub. And he had 2 tickets that he graciously gave to me, and I said on one condition I will accept those tickets. If you can prove to me that you can get tickets for yourself, then I'll accept these. But if you can't get tickets for yourself, I'm going to drive to your house and give them back to you. And then the next morning he texted me and he had the tickets in hand. So Matt McCarthy was there as well from 94 the fucking Sports Hub. He was there. Legends. He sat right behind me with Jimmy Stewart. Shout out to the Baseball Hour. I listened to you on Friday, do the Baseball Hour with Matt McCarthy. Great program. Jimmy Stewart behind the glass on that show. Comes right after Felger and Mass, 2 to 6. And then 6 to 7 is the Baseball Hour on 98.5 Sports Hub. 6 to 7.
What radio station was that?
98.5 the fucking Sports Hub. Yeah. So I went to
it's the official read now. That's how they do it. It's kind of weird. They don't like bleep it or anything.
Yeah. I went to Fenway last night for Kane Brown and fucking some other guy. I don't know. I just like I got shout out to the Red Sox, by the way. They hooked those tickets up, but it was like my girlfriend, my mom, my sister, my sister's friend. And then my other sister's friend couldn't go. So then like they invited me last minute and I was like, I guess I'll go. And I was in fucking hell, dude. I mean, Kane Brown's great, but like I didn't know any of his songs. That's not why I was in hell. It was because when you're no, shut up, Tyler. When you're down on the floor for these concerts, no service, nothing. Couldn't get a text out. I had to look at my mom's phone. My mom had service. So she had like the ESPN Gamecast. So I'm following the game through Gamecast. Can't tweet. Can't get any updates from Tyler texting. Can't stream. Tonight at the Foo Fighters, I had the press box Wi-Fi was cooking. And I was up in the pavilion and I streamed the whole game. Got to watch the whole game. But what I didn't get to see was the end of the concert. Because I said, hey guys, I was at Kane Brown last night. Fenway curfew for concerts. By the way, if you're going to go to another Fenway concert this year, you should know this. Fenway Park concert curfew is 10:30 p.m. They can't go past it because Fenway is a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood. People live there. So the noise has to stop at 10:30 p.m. So going to Kane Brown last night, we parked in the area, obviously. The concert ends. Everyone's spilling out of there. Took us over an hour to get home last night. So I said to myself, it's a Sunday. It's a podcast recording day. Yes, I've been waiting over 10 years to see the Foo Fighters. Been dying to see the Foo Fighters. But I'm willing to leave this concert early so not to inconvenience my podcast brethren.
Thank you.
Specifically Steve, because I knew Steve would want to do the podcast the second that fucking final out was recorded. We gotta hit record. We gotta get this podcast going. So I was like, I can't let Steve down. So knowing that the curfew is 10:30, at 9:45, they played one song for Taylor Hawkins, who, if you know, we just referenced him off the air, the drummer for the Foo Fighters, who tragically passed away. They played a song for him, and then after that, I was like, okay, let's make a beeline to the car, and let's get on the road. Let's get home. Let's beat this traffic. So we do that. Get home at like 10:15, I want to say. Concert's still going on. I'm sure everyone there is having an awesome time. I get a text from fucking Steve.
Your phrasing is terribly.
No,
go for it. Let's spend an hour on this. I want to make sure we spend all night on this because that's productive.
You might catch another one.
I don't care. For this, I don't care.
So I said, all I said, Coley, and you can back me up on this, was I'm leaving the concert early. I did not say I'll be home when the game is over so that we can go right away. I said I'm leaving the concert early so I can beat the traffic and be home at a reasonable hour, which I feel like, most nights when we do a podcast after a Wednesday, like a 7:00 game, we go right around like 10:15, 10:30, like right around like normal time. So I get in the door at 10:15. I feel like I'm home at a reasonable time. I cut off 45 minutes of concert time so not to inconvenience the rest of the pals on the podcast. Jake texts me. This is at 9:57. You back, Jared? And I said, I just left. As in, like, I'm on Star Drive. Like, I'm like, I can still probably, if I roll down the window, I could probably still hear the concert, but like, just left. And then Steve says, leaving early.
That's what
just
you said.
The most douchebag fucking
you
thing.
said leaving early.
Leaving early.
Jake saying you back, Jared, and you said I just left makes it seem like, I just left. Like I'm just leaving now. That's how I read that. I'm just leaving now.
But even if I did just leave now, that's still leaving early. If the
I don't know when the concert ends. It's a Sunday night at 10.
Maybe
know
you
how
should
late
have that
they go.
information before making a dickhead comment, Steve.
It wasn't that big of a dick. I know where the dickhead comments rank. This wasn't that bad.
If I left the concert 45 minutes early for you, there was no understanding that you left early. You're making it seem like you left when the concert ended. But that's you not having the information. The concerts end at 10:30.
I don't know.
They all end at 10:30. So you said leaving early. And I'm in my car.
I said leaving
on the
early.
way back, knowing I'm missing 45 minutes of the concert that I've been waiting over 10 years to see, by the way.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah.
Had none of this context.
I said, yeah. I left the concert 45 minutes early. I've been waiting over 10 years to see, so not to inconvenience you. And then Steve said,
Can I play me here?
Yeah, okay.
Can I play?
All right.
I'm just repeating your words.
Yeah. And then I said, right. And I did leave early.
I was going to reply to that. I've known you for 10 years. I've known you for 10 years. I was going to reply to that. And instead, I didn't.
No. You did
I knew you were going to get more upset.
You did the cuntiest, and I never say that word in the show.
Thumbs up.
You did.
That's a crazy
It's worse. Much worse.
You fucking thumbs up the text, to which I said, fuck off, guy. That's what I said. I said, fuck off, guy.
I saluted
and then you saluted and said, we just got swept. I'm a grumpy
there's no answer that I can have that doesn't get like the wham Jared voice.
How about like my bad?
This is right after the series ended. I'm grumpy as fuck. We got swept.
How about my bad? How about my bad, Jared? Like I didn't.
No, I interpreted
the
initial one as you not leaving early.
When I said I left early, you interpreted that as not leaving early?
It's getting treated me being like, go fuck yourself, Jared. I didn't think it was that bad.
Again.
Tyler's got something.
Tyler, go ahead. Tyler.
Not to make this about me. I really am not trying to make this about me.
What does this have to do with you?
How could this be about Tyler?
That's crazy. This has nothing to do with Tyler. I think Tyler is about to be like, oh, but like I went to a concert on a night where I did a podcast. It's like I literally had the fucking game streaming the entire time and I was home in time to do the podcast. If I didn't tell you I was at the concert, you would have had no idea. I could have just been like, hey, I'm taking a piss. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And you would have had no clue that I was at the concert. I didn't take a photo. There's no video. There's no proof I was there.
Can he say? I'm interested to see what this is.
This is what he's gonna say. He's like, oh, I got in trouble for going to a concert, but he didn't even watch the game.
Fuck you for taking that away from me because you knew that I wanted to say it. You knew it.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, that's what he was gonna say.
He's now got more suspensions than me for this whole thing. How is this going on?
It holds no water when, like I said, if when the game ended at 10 p.m., if I just said, man, I really gotta shit, like, you would have had no clue that I was at the concert. I would have been on at 10:15. And by the way, Jake, when you sent out the link for the podcast, who was the first person here?
Well, I knew to prove a point, Jared was going to be the first on.
You were here first, Jared.
Thank you. I was here first.
I know you well, Jared. We've been doing this a long time.
The way
I knew you were going to hop on first to prove a point.
The way that if this was an in-person podcast that I would have broken a fucking mirror over your head. I was
you do that all the time.
Furious.
I know you were. How many of these? How many of these toughs? What's the word? Tiffles. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's not even. It's not even a. Is a tiffle? It's not a. No, it's not a tiff.
How many of these have we had?
It's not
we don't really
tiff.
have these,
it's not
so I know when you're mad.
It's not a tiff. It's the fact. It's the fact that I left the concert 45 minutes early.
I didn't know that.
To be on time for this.
I didn't
know. And I still got bitched at by Steve.
It wasn't
by Steve.
You're acting like I flipped out. I did not flip out.
You made a cunty comment. You said leaving early.
Yeesh.
Huh? Leaving early, huh? You leaving early?
Coley.
Yeah, Coley.
Leaving early is cunt city. Like, there's no doubt about it.
He said he was going to leave early, and I didn't think he left early, so I said his words back.
I had no doubt that that was early. Like, I don't know what time.
But I clearly did, but that's not getting factored in. My doubt in this situation is not getting factored in.
You think concerts end at fucking 9:30?
On Sunday night, I think 10 o'clock is not that crazy for a Fenway concert.
Church? Like,
it's Fenway. The rules there suck. Like, there's different rules for concerts at Fenway.
Yeah, it's 10:30.
You said there's a curfew. Well, I thought it was
10:30. 10:30. Write it down.
Well, that's not a crazy thing to mess up.
Write it down. 10:30. I
don't have a pen.
See, I'm going to the Post Malone concert and when he comes in September.
Yeah, me too.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's another concert you're going to. How are you not being held accountable for any of this right now?
Be careful.
Wait, Tyler, what are you upset about?
Tyler, shut up.
The fact that I got held accountable.
Can we have a fair fight here? Tyler's coming in like, I'm upset too.
Who's the dude? He's Tanyan Sturtz. The fight was between A-Rod and Veritek, and he's the dude with the bloody ear walking away. It's like, how did you get beat up the worst in this fight? You are Tanyan Sturtz. That's crazy.
Hey, Jared.
Steve?
I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I accept it.
I misinterpreted what you said.
Beg, Jared.
And now I think the fight's between you and Tyler.
I accept it. I fucking accept the apology.
I'm like J. Cole. I'm getting out of here.
I didn't listen. I was having a great night. I was in a great mood. You know, I feel like I'm doing a solid. I'm trying to lead by example, something that Tyler will never do. Like, he would rather go to like a fucking Megan Thee Stallion concert and stay until midnight.
It was
and then be like,
hey, the Stallion.
Hey, can we wait? Can we wait until 1 a.m. to record? If not, it's cool. Like, I left. When I'm not even exaggerating for the sake of the story, I have been waiting over 10 years to see the Foo Fighters in concert.
Didn't know that.
I finally fucking got to see them, and I left early for this fucking show where the Red Sox got swept by the Dodgers.
I think where Jared's anger rose is earlier in the evening. He had stated, I'm going to leave early. So when he said he just left, and him actually leaving early, you're just like, leaving early. That's where he's like, well, what the fuck?
No, I'm gonna.
If he was like, I left late, I'm going to be an hour, then yeah, we would all be we'd be smashing mirrors over his head.
Right.
I'm gonna stand on my logic. Logic can be incorrect, as it clearly is here.
Yeah.
I read this as he had something changed. He wanted to stay through the rest of the concert, and he didn't leave early.
No.
I got it wrong.
45 minutes early.
I'm like, what, Jim Joyce? I fucked up. I got it wrong. I fucked it up.
Hashtag 45 minutes.
Yep.
Before the show.
Tyler, I don't know how you got more suspensions for this than me. That is
bozo.
I'm not a bozo.
You're
I'm about accountability here.
I'm buying you a Tanyan Sturts. I might use my free jersey from Steve to buy you a Tanyan Sturts jersey. That's you.
If that's what I have to do
Local
at this point.
Tyler.
Yeah,
he's in New Hampshire. Accountability here.
Is he New Hampshire?
Worcester.
Oh, Worcester? That sounds right, actually.
From Worcester?
Tanyan Sturts.
Worcester, Mass, kid.
Worcester, Mass.
1970.
He got beat. He got like double teamed by Trot Nixon and Gabe Kapler, I believe.
Ortiz.
Triple.
When we talked to him, he like the Fox producers that day saved David Ortiz from like permanent jail time because
that was Kevin Gregg.
No. This was during that Yankees brawl because it was on national TV. Tanyan Sturts was on the ground. Kapler and what's his name had him pinned. And the last image
Nixon.
you see is Nixon. Yeah. Ortiz has the bat above his head. like
ready for murder.
Style. And I wish we had the camera inside the truck just being like, cut to any other I don't care what camera is pointing at. Just cut away from this. We cannot air this beheading.
He just walks away bleeding from his ears. No charges pressed. None.
Simpler time.
Yeah, you could do that back then. Now, these pussies in Tyler's generation.
Yeah.
Jake's old school, so I won't.
What are you talking about? Jake's a year older than me.
Jake would beat the shit out of you, dude.
If I took Jake by the throat, I have this anger inside of me. I think that you guys have seen. Steve, you get it all the time, and when I start giving it, you get nervous.
Yeah,
listen. If I could kill a dog, why can't I kill Jake?
What?
You know what? I'm gonna call you out on something right now, T-Dog. You literally just stole that from Matt McCarthy. Like this is a 98.5 The Sports Hub bit that he's taking and then bringing over here because they were talking about like who at the hub would you least want to fight, and then Matt McCarthy said something like, "Well, Tyler's got all this like pent up rage, and
clearly,
I would slap the shit out of you.
There's just a level you haven't seen me get there yet. But if you bring the dog out of me, I'll bite you.
Tyler has rage, but he's a nice guy deep down. I don't think you're a fighter.
I'm not a fighter. Wholesome. Tyler is wholesome. Tyler is, dare I say, a sweetheart. Tyler is. He hasn't been broken by the world yet. He is whatever the antonym for tainted is. That's what Tyler is. He hasn't been broken by society yet. Therefore, I don't think
he's like
genuine.
Pure.
Yeah, he's pure. Mm-hmm. He's pure. Yes, like you've had your hardships, but you haven't been broken yet, and that's why I think you don't have that second gear to tap into if need be in the rage department.
Do I just have to wait till I get to that point for that to be unleashed? Like, is someone going to push me over the edge?
I'm going to tell you right now, Tyler, you're not going to get to that point. As long as you stick by us and we stick by you, you're never going to get to that point. You'll never have the world break you.
I'll be this happy young lad for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I am saying I'm from Brockton. Like, if it gets to it, we got to get to it.
Yeah, you're from Brockton the same way that like fucking what's his name? Like Darnell McDonald was a Yankee.
Cut my dreads off and tell me to leave 3 days later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Coley, I'm trying so hard because, like, you know when you remember a clip but you just can't friggin' find it? I'm trying to find the image of Poppy because, like, I know it's in here somewhere. He totally was about to kill him and they cut away.
So fast.
They probably wiped it from the...
I mean, even like a similar era, probably the year before even, they don't have like the full Malice at the Palace fight anywhere. Like that's been altered too on YouTube. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's not like readily available.
Yeah. This was the July one, right? The A-Rod one?
I believe so. Yeah, it was a
It
massive.
had to
I mean,
be,
they were
'cause that
fighting
one was-
every
yeah,
fucking series back then. So
Like, no. I'm like, was it the August one? Was it the September one? I missed that, man. That was awesome.
When we talked during the 18 playoffs, when we talked to Ortiz, he was trying to be like, I was always just a jolly guy. And I immediately brought that up. And when I did, the laugh he let out was like, yeah, I almost killed him. Like, I nearly killed the man in broad daylight. So many witnesses.
He is a jolly fella at the end of the day.
No doubt.
There's been like a couple attempted murders on the field, though, but I think we've all been there.
Say, off the field, too.
If he connected with Kevin Gregg, he would have died on the mound that night.
Yeah, that dude is not getting up. Like, fights in Major League Baseball are heavily banned, policed, whatever word you want to use, if Kevin Gregg just leans in a little bit that day, that fateful day. Like, I was thinking about that last night because one of the I don't know, the dude that went on before Kane Brown had a t-shirt cannon and he like shot it and it went like very far. And I was like, that would have been Kevin Gregg's fucking head if Poppy connected on that hook. Thing would have went into the Aura Pavilion.
Another moment where Poppy almost killed someone when he smashed the telephone and Pedroia was like right next to him and he completely lost.
He was fine.
I always think about that. If I was swinging a bat like that, I would have accidentally killed someone in that moment. And I would have had to live with that for the rest of my life.
Someone else, you mean?
Anybody else.
The MLB season is in full swing, and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. Today would have been the easiest day to win money on Underdog Fantasy. You had
Joe
Biden,
for a homer. Bang.
Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race. Higher on Nick Castellanos, 0.5 home runs. That was going to hit no matter what. It did. And then Teoscar Hernandez didn't homer in the first two games. You knew he was going to hit a home run against the Red Sox at some point in the series. It could have only been this game. And it was. You could have double stacked those two and walked away with a nice, handsome prize for yourself.
If you're a Dodger fan, I mean, the majority of the lineup went deep. So you're feeling pretty good if you took the higher.
Even Steve's second favorite player behind Alex Verdugo, Kike Hernandez, hit a home run in this series. So if you went higher on 0.5 home runs for Kike Hernandez on Saturday, boy, would you have made yourself some loot, as the kids say. Make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's Jared to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. I'm going to go the positive route here, talking about this series. I know Steve in particular. What the I didn't say my Siri on my phone is just like, what do you need? I'm like, I don't know, fucking a win against the Dodgers. I'm going to go the positive route here because this was 2 out of 3 for the Red Sox. You have Chris Martin. I mean, everyone's tweeting literally. Like, I didn't even tweet it because I was like, 90 people have already said this exact same sentiment. Like, we get it. You need Chris Martin and you need fucking Slayton out there. And the series probably goes very differently. What's the, before we get into anything about Kenley, Kenley is not going to join the Red Sox in Colorado because of the heart condition. Was this a already scheduled thing, or did something happen in this series and then he needs to go get looked at, or was he planning on getting looked at anyway?
The plan always was for him not to make the trip because apparently when he's made the trip in the past, he's had to have his heart reset 3 different times to get back.
Oh, so it's an elevation thing?
Bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was going to say, like, it's as long as it's like something didn't happen in the Dodger series, then I guess the conversation about Kenley will be a little different. Like, we can't blame his heart condition for how he pitched in the series is basically what I'm getting at.
Would be nice if we could, maybe, but obviously then that means he wouldn't be feeling great.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with the reality of it. I'm fine with blaming what it actually is, and that it's just that he. And I know Coley is just fucking waiting for this take. He's ways like give me the take.
Sounds like you're waiting for it. Make the take.
You could get banned here.
I'm looking at Coley's face to see. Coley's looking at me like how fucking state trooper is looking at someone doing the field sobriety test and is not doing well. Like I said, touch your nose, and he's just jerking off. So my take here, and I think you may or may not know where I'm going with this, Coley. A lot of people saw that interview that Kenley Jansen did last week where he's like, man, I can't wait to be a Dodger again. I want to retire in LA. I fucking love the Dodgers. I think that this was just a matter of him like going home and the Dodgers being in his head, which is a good thing. Like I'm not posing this as a bad thing. This is a good thing because we won't see the Dodgers again until the World Series. So I'm fine if Kenley just has this mental thing where it's like, I'm back in LA. I have so many memories here. I'm the biggest Dodger fan in the world. I would love to be on this team instead of the Red Sox. These are not my, this is not my take, my beliefs. Other people are saying this. That's fine because if the Dodgers are the issue for Kenley, well, we're done with the Dodgers and it's fine. And they put him out there for that second one just to prove the point. They were like, oh, 8th inning, we're losing. Get Kenley out there and, go face those Dodger demons. And he obviously was not able to do that. But we're done with the Dodgers. And I feel like now we're done with any Kenley struggles. The next time we see Kenley out there, my concern level is going to be 0. I'm like, this is not like, oh, is Kenley in a rut? Like, no, Kenley just has a Dodger issue. And we just have to deal with that until the World Series and hope the Dodgers don't get there. Hope we have a different opponent in the World Series. That's it.
I couldn't disagree more. Like you were saying, everyone in the world was trying to trade Kenley back to the Dodgers.
Tyler was wanting to do that. I didn't want to do that. I want Kenley. I'll give Kenley an extension right now.
I'm saying the rest
I think we
of the
were
world
all
was
outside
like,
of Coley willing to move Kenley.
Never down.
Never down. It's never down for me right now. I'm up.
Here's all these people trying to trade him back there. You see the Dodgers closer. That guy fucking stinks. He was the worst closer in this series.
Who is trying to trade him?
The whole baseball world was trying to trade Kenley back to the Dodgers.
Who?
We were doing it during spring training. Remember, that was a big rumor.
I thought you meant in the last week since he said he would kill to be a Dodger again.
No. All season it's been happening. And he went out there and he said, why would you want me? I'm giving up home runs left and right in this. I never realized how small of a ballpark Dodger Stadium was. That place is borderline Yankee Stadium with how tiny it is.
Yeah.
But he was out there doing what he could do to stay on the Red Sox.
I mean, Mookie hit a home run in the World Series there. That's all you need to know.
That Freeman ball being gone, I'm like, how the hell is that over a fence in Major League Baseball? That was crazy.
The Teoscar one wasn't gone in Fenway. Like, that's a joke of a field. Like, the Shohei one probably gone in a couple of parks.
I think that might have been gone in most parks.
Yeah, that one gets out in Baltimore and I think maybe Seattle, but other than that,
yeah,
maybe. They said top of fence.
Not Cincinnati.
No chance.
I do love anytime they're like, that's the farthest home run of all time, except for prime Giancarlo Stanton. Every single part, he's got the farthest home run.
Did I see somewhere that that wasn't even the longest home run of the day?
Someone went farther than 473?
That's what I saw. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, Stanton...
Soler hit the dog shit out of a ball to lead off the game, and I think they were playing in Colorado. So
I saw it was the third longest home run of the season. That Stanton home run that went over the roof in Dodger Stadium, I know that was 2016 because, or no, it was 2015. Excuse me. Stanton hitting the ball out of Dodger Stadium was the first non-Red Sox blog that I wrote for Barstool because the entire Boston office was in prison. And so no one could stop me from blogging whatever I wanted. So I blogged about that. So
Ohtani's homer today was the second longest of the day. Jorge Soler did have it at
Alvarez
478.
hit a moon bomb.
Soler.
Oh, Soler. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that'll do it.
All right.
But like, in all reality, like, how can anyone be super?
We're
mad
done
at Kenley for
the
that.
podcast
The
is
show's
over,
over, dude. There's no more
Final
takes.
thoughts.
You had
Goodbye.
so much time to say stuff, and you just didn't.
Yeah. Jake's takes.
Yeah, tough sweep. Just gotta get out there tomorrow and win. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back on
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Now that we're out of a playoff spot. All right.
All right, man.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
Like a month ago, I came on here. I said Brennan Bernardino needs to be an opener every 5th day, and he just keeps going out there and not being a reliever.
That was tough. Got to say on that Freeman homer, though, that pitch started like 3 feet behind his ass, and he still hit it for a grand slam. So
He hasn't been good for a while, though, for being honest. Like, guys are hitting 400 off of him since June 1st right now. I trust Boozer more than him.
Since June 1st? I didn't notice that.
And he's not missing bats a ton. It's a 6K per 9, and he's walking 4 per 9. It's a 7 ERA, 461 FIP. Like, it's kind of a miracle that the numbers have been even what they've been.
Yeah, because he came into that outing with like a 1.7 or something. He was really getting knocked that bad since the start of June. I didn't notice that, man.
Let me just say this right now.
Yeah.
If any reliever on this team needs to be reprimanded for their performance, it is, I mean, I'm not going to say Bernardino doesn't deserve some criticism.
Right. We were going to get to Greg.
But the motherfucker who deserves the wrath is Greg Weissert.
For sure.
Sure, he's a nice guy. But my
if you
God.
hear that on this show, like, stop listening. If you're, if you're the person, get out while you can.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. But man, has he been bad for quite some time. Much longer than Bernardino has been bad.
Yeah.
And in some pretty big spots as well. Like some...
I don't disagree. He just... Every spot they try and put him in, it like he doesn't work even in like the Chase Anderson role. Like there's no role. Like he's just not a major league pitcher.
They flipped him and Zach Kelly. Like what Zach Kelly's now serving in that role is kind of that 7th inning branch when they need it to kind of bridge everyone. Sometimes you go more than an inning. That was originally Weissert's role. Now he's the kind of mop up unless when they're short on arms, you get what you saw the other day or yesterday. But like, look at it. 5.73 ERA in June, 7.88 in July. 3.11 against the sweeper, 4.22 against the sinker, and it's a 6.63 ERA since June 1st. He's not usable.
That's bad.
Bad.
I
think you said it last show, Jared. His stuff looks filthy, but it just keeps getting teed off on, so it clearly is not.
Right.
They just don't have anyone to flip him with right now in AAA.
No. But I feel like we've been saying this for a little bit now. Where it's like stuff's nasty, but it gets pissed on. And I mean, for what we saw in April, it's obviously someone that we have hopes can turn it around because when he's on, he's great. You know, he traded Alex Verdugo for him. And, you know, I've heard in some circles that dude was fucking unbelievable.
Dude, he's on fire right now. I think since that first Sox-Yankees game, he's hitting like 130, which is, if that was a WRC plus, like, come on, really good. So, Weissert, 4 of his last 5 outings an earned run, at least an earned run. That stinks. If you're a reliever, I mean, that was like more than, what's his face? I can't think of anybody right now. My brain does not work at all. Chris Martin's like whole year. So it just sucks. The situation sucks, but don't want to jump ahead.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like the boys need Joe Ellie back.
Where is he? Like no team picked him up, I'm assuming. He's still in this organization.
He's been in Worcester this whole time.
He cleared waivers.
You're lying, dude.
I couldn't be more serious. He's waiting.
He's just
No
been hanging
way,
out in
dude.
Worcester this whole time.
He's hanging. Dude, he's been happy. He's been going down to concerts with players on the team. Like, you could check his
He's
story. He's
always
living
happy.
life.
It's what he does.
He's got a 1 ERA. What are we doing?
You're joking.
Oh, it's in 7 innings. Okay.
I mean,
He's even farther down. We have like Bailey Horn, and I'd put Bailey Horn above Joely.
He's already here, Tyler. Bailey Horn's already
What are we gonna
here.
have 4 lefties in the bullpen?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I can't believe he's still in this organization. I had no idea. I'm
He's
not even
never
saying it's a bad
leaving.
thing. I'm just
We built the organization around him.
Yeah, he's the foundation.
He is the team.
that's crazy.
Like, what do you have for options? It's Trey Wingenter, who you dealt for him, but
No,
whatever. He
DFA
went
him
right back
already.
down. Alex Speets, who's come here, he still walks the world, and Luis Guerrero and Ryan Zefferjon, they're walking the world. 7 walks per 9 and 6 walks per 9 down there. After that, you're talking what? Brad Keller, Justin Hangeman, or Grant Gambrell.
You don't have anybody.
Like,
They
it's
couldn't
been-
afford injuries in the bullpen, and it screwed him for the series.
and
Pretty
you're
simple.
fortunate that Zach Kelly has been as ridiculous as he's been. Because if you didn't, this bullpen would be even in a worse place right now. And that's what makes the Colorado series so scary, because you're going to have to find a way to close games without Chris Martin, Kenley Jansen, or Justin Slayton. How the fuck are you going to do that? I don't care if it is the Rockies. Weissert up there might give up 3 homers an inning.
Yeah, Weissert can't pitch again.
You're out on Greg?
It's hard to be in on Greg right now.
I agree.
He's
And
like a
especially,
flimsy
like-
7th inning guy.
The ball moves differently in Colorado, so like maybe he's better because of that. Maybe the atmosphere will take over, and it really isn't in his control anymore. But yeah, it's a tough scene.
I think it'll be an interesting conversation, though, right? Like, we've had the first base one when the Red Sox needed help there before the deadline. Well, you have 9 days right now. If you go the next week and it's just like, hey, every fucking night the bullpen's shit in the bed, you can't get by, you need another arm, and they don't, do you end up looking at that as like, hey, you could have thrown them a life raft and you chose not to? It ultimately sunk them or put them in a spot where you didn't buy to maybe the level you were going to if they just maintained pace.
Red Sox lose 4-1. Nick Pivetta looked good.
He
Great.
did.
This is what's frustrating about this series.
Another
and why I'm
wasted
not
one
sweating
for
it.
Pivetta.
Yeah, they've been wasting a lot of his fucking outings. But in this series in particular, yeah, the Dodgers have some injuries, but they're still the Dodgers at the end of the day. And Gavin Stone's still a pretty damn good pitcher. He is.
Stone is.
Agreed on
is.
that.
His changeup was filthy on Friday. Filthy. He was dodging.
He's still a very good pitcher. Nick Pivetta goes out there, 6 innings, 2 hits, does not give up a run, punches out 8, only walks 1. He's been really good as of late. So sub 2 over his last 3 starts. And I feel like when we get a Nick Pivetta start, it's not something where you get. I mean, Nick Pivetta is doing what Nick Pivetta does. Like, he's in another one of his runs where he's in God mode. And then there's a dip, but then he comes back up, and you just hope to catch the hot streaks at the right times. And we did. Like, we are right now. Like, him going out there and shoving against the Dodgers. Like, I get it. Like, they don't have Mookie in the lineup right now. But they still have fucking Shohei Ohtani. They still have Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's the guy that beat you. Not against Pivetta, but he's the guy that beat you.
And it's not only on the arms or, the bullpen, really. You were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Like, it's great to have Jaron Duran who gets you on the board. You had so many fucking opportunities to stack runs in that game, and you just kept failing, especially early.
Series.
Tyler O'Neill, like, what the fuck happened on that play in the 8th inning where you get doubled off on a ball to left field? That's absurd. I don't care if he was going. There is no reason to ever get caught in that position.
Well, the way this series was going, I didn't even almost care. Like, I did care, but I was like, well, no one's driving him in anyway. Duran's not coming up for another couple innings, so it's not going to happen. Raffy had a tough series. I know he's
One
been
hit
dealing with
that
whatever.
first game?
Yeah, he was kind of not even noticeable. But again, you're an idiot if you get down on Devers because he'll probably hit a moon bomb in Colorado. But yeah, it was noticeable. The runners in scoring position thing was a real issue all series long, and that could have bailed you out, at least got you one of these wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I would love to agree. It felt like they should have won 2 out of 3. You score 1 run, I can't give you that win.
I'm almost in that like territory we've been before where this felt like it was a 3-game series split. This kind of felt like each team gets 1.5, and it's like that's how it's going to go. Cole, you're not wrong, but the pitching was so good in game 1, and then it's a situational thing. And Tyler, I know you mentioned Zach Kelly, but it's like he almost walked the 8 and 9 hitters to then get back to Shohei and Freeman, and you just can't do that in a 1-0 game in the 8th inning. I don't care how good you've been. That's just a can't have it type of situation. Even though it's only a solo shot by Duran, that's your entire offense for the game. The Sox are good enough to win a game 1-0, and they were good enough in game 1 to win that game 1-0. But you walk those guys, you put them on base, and all of a sudden now it's bases loaded for Freddie Freeman, and that's what you deserve.
I think that's where you
Weissert looked good.
He got those 2 outs.
He did. Those are big outs.
That's why the Martin and Slayton stuff, I do feel like I know is being tweeted over and over again, but it's like you just see how easily it could have gone. Just Kelly, you got the inning you needed out of him. You pass it off to Martin, then Jansen. Everyone hopefully rides home safe. But at the same time, I do agree with Coley. Like, you got to give them less credit because ultimately those guys are just not on your fucking roster right now. Like, that's not just, the runs didn't score. They're not even available to you right now. Like, in the Dodgers, with all their pitching injuries, like, are you really in a position to bitch?
I mean,
they have a
now
whole
Pavetta's
rotation on the IL.
It's now Pavetta's 2 best starts of the year that they've wasted, right? Unless I'm forgetting another one. But that Miami game, he had the no-hitter, and then that goes like 13 innings. I'm like, why the hell is that? That July 4th game, pain in the ass. And then you have this where he strikes out Shohei 3 times. And the funniest thing with Nick is, in his head, he's like, yeah, we're on like level platforms. Like, this is me and Shohei Ohtani. Like, we're both incredibly good at what we do. Mentally he's in that zone. And it looks like he is too. Early with Pavetta that he's going to be on. You're like, all right, nice. We're getting really good, Nicky smooches tonight. And so it's just super frustrating to waste that and have nobody, come up big at the plate.
His start against the Dodgers was his 3rd best of the season. The best one was the 7 1-hit innings against the Marlins. And then we forgot about the one against the Braves.
Oh, right. Okay.
7 1-hit innings with 9 strikeouts. It's basically the same thing as the start against they did win.
Okay, there we go. We got one.
That was 9-0 they won.
Yeah. At least there's that one.
They won the Marlins one too.
No, I know, but it just took forever.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't leave this series being like and I'm jumping ahead, but I didn't leave this series being like, the Dodgers are so much better than the Red Sox, which is why it was frustrating.
Yeah.
But I also can't be like they should have won 2 of these games when they scored 1 run in game 1. And then this game 3, which is jumping big ahead, they didn't score until it was over.
Let me walk you through it. Let me walk you through it, Coley. So after Duran hits the first inning 2-run home run, I tweeted, we should have swept this series.
I know.
After Kenley gives up the bomb, I was like, you know what? I take that back. I take that back. It should have been 2 out of 3, which is exactly what most of us predicted going into this series, besides Jake, I think.
Yeah.
Nobody was picking them to win Friday.
No.
We told you guys to not watch, so if you did, you're dumb.
It was just like...
Wait, hold on. I'm not done walking. Can I walk?
Put me on the leash.
Let me walk you through it. Friday, I get your point. Totally valid to say I can't just hand them a 1-0 win. It's the Dodgers. They score runs. It's what they do. They have a very potent lineup. But would you agree that if they had Chris Martin, if they had Justin Slayton, that you don't have to go to someone who has a 400 opponent batting average over the last 2 months? You'd have better options there. Let's say, I mean, maybe you can't just assume it's an out, but I think the odds are against a grand slam in that spot. Who knows what happens? You have better cards to play with if your bullpen's better. And we don't know what the future holds for Chris Martin. I don't know. Was there an update there recently, T-Dog?
Yeah, nothing super positive. Not even at the point of playing catch yet.
Yeah, so that's not good.
It also isn't 23 Martin. Like, I don't know that.
No,
Chris
but even if
Martin-
it's Slayton, I feel great
sure
about that
I
spot.
feel better, but I think at bare minimum, you're pitching to Will Smith. You're not just walking him.
Well, you're getting a clean inning.
Been doing a
Maybe.
lot of that.
Maybe.
Been doing a lot of intentional walks that get Troy O'Leary'd, which don't love that. But on Saturday, I mean, that's a fucking Red Sox win. Like
Should've
it was
been.
back and forth. It was a great game, back and forth game. But a pair of 2-run home runs for Tyler O'Neill late in big spots. None of it was like, oh, Tyler O'Neill hit a garbage time 2-run home run and the Dodgers just ended up like scoring 5 unanswered. Like both of
Sure.
them were fucking huge and in extras. You give the ball to Kenley Jansen with a 2-run lead and you're facing Kike Hernandez. Like I like Kike. Great guy. But been playing not very good baseball for quite some time.
Very
we're
not
talking
good
like
for a while.
years.
One run lead.
Sub 600 OPS over here.
It's terrible.
It was a 1-run lead? I thought it was 2.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
it's 2 and
4-3.
extras.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2 and extras. Yeah.
Yeah, it got
Either
even
way.
worse than extras.
Well, you
Either
can make
way,
an
And that
argument.
was Greg. That was Greg.
That was Greg.
Greg
it
blew
up.
Greg
Big
blew
G.
the 2-run lead. Kenley blew the 1-run lead. Either way, neither of those things should have happened. Neither of
No.
those things. The Red Sox should have gotten 2 wins on Saturday.
Well, I
And
think
they got
for
0.
for game 1, if you're a Dodger fan, you're probably thinking, "Oh, we kind of stole that." Like I think they only had 2 hits entering the 8th inning, so they're like, "Oh, okay." Now the grand slam is deceiving because it's like that makes it look like it was worse than it actually was. That could have just been a hit to
Right.
Willier, and Willier probably would have thrown the ball to San Diego. But yeah,
He's got
that whole game kind of felt like they needed to add more on, and that's where you lose it. So I do agree with you, Coley. But again, the Dodgers did nothing
No, nothing.
until it's like they're
they scored-
handed, get the walk, and
They scored
Shohei does
runs
Shohei stuff.
on
Yeah.
one play the whole game like that.
And Shohei missed that. Like, wasn't even a good hit. Like, that was like bad contact. It lands
Right.
right in. I can't believe that was fair. I watched it like 30 times. I thought that was a foul ball.
The ground rule
but
double?
yeah.
Well, they had a
It's-
shitty angle of it. Like after it landed, it took 30 seconds for them to have an angle where it actually showed where the ball landed.
Yeah, wasn't great. But that spiraled quickly, and it just felt like it should have been a win, especially because it was Duran. I know it's only 1 run, but Jaron's been just beyond incredible. So it's
Yeah.
like, no, he should be the reason they won. He's the reason the American League won the All-Star game. Let's keep that narrative going. So to mess that up kind of sucked as well. It was just a shitty weekend all around.
Shit.
And
It was
staying up
shit.
late. Like if they hit
That
that
part
grand
sucks,
slam in
too.
the first, it's just like, all right,
Oh, it's
fine.
whatever.
And that point of the game, it's just like, well, this is over, and I've just wasted my entire night.
It's a super underrated, awful baseball feeling as a fan
Terrible.
when you're playing on the road and the team scores their first runs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah.
And that gives them the lead, and you're like, it's midnight. It's like, no, it's later than that. I think it was like 12:30 a.m. You're like, you're telling me this is the first runs you're going to score, and then you're just going to immediately get a win for it? That's
It's like
so
someone
cheap.
steals your seat at the bar and it's like, bro, I've been sitting here. Like I had dinner here at 7. And now that it's popping off at midnight, now you're going to sit here? Like, no, I just went to the bathroom real quick. Like I earned these fucking seats. I've been sitting here all night. It's my spot at the bar.
The fact that those are the first runs, you should get like a bonus out in the 9th. Like, all right, guys, like that's really cheap that they took the lead in the 8th. We're going to give you 4 outs in the 9th. Try to balance this out a little bit.
Isn't it? Don't they do that in hockey where they like keep track of like time on attack and shit? Like that's
Absolutely.
what we did.
Yep.
I felt for Bernardino, who was very sad that all his family was at the game. Unfortunately, they saw that happen to him.
That stinks.
Big time. Stinks. I hate that for him.
It does so when he gives up a bye. I do feel more bad than the other guys because we
He's
love
super
Bernie.
nice.
He's awesome, and he's been great. Obviously, the
He's been
numbers
through
aren't as
hell
great
to get
recently.
here.
Yeah, exactly. So you root for him, and then again, I don't know how the ball got out. That was just a line drive, and Willier didn't know how it got out either. He was looking like grand slam. What the hell? So it sucked. It would have been bases clearing anyway, but not fun.
Here's something that, by the way, Red Sox lose 4-1. Here's something
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not enjoying really a lot of is anytime that Brian Bayo pitches well, that fans are like trying to like rub it in my face. Like I
It's not
Last
surprising, though,
episode, you were
Like,
like, I hate this guy.
I never said that. Those words
Last
never came out of my
episode,
mouth. I said
outright-
I hate watching him pitch.
No,
Yeah,
you said
I
he
feel like-
sucks. Which,
Nope.
in the past, you've made sure to not say that. Last episode, you outright said he sucks.
Well, he's been sucky, has he not?
Nah, no, not according to the
He's been
advanced
better
stats.
recently.
He's not.
Idea that I would have any type of enjoyment out of watching him pitch poorly is fucking crazy. Like, I don't even know the guy. There's no personal grudge. There are definitely certain individuals that are no longer in this organization where, yeah, I would love if they pitch poorly. Like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But like Brian Bayo, there's no personal grudge. I want him to pitch well. He just more often than not does not do that. So it's annoying and it's frustrating. When he pitches well, yeah, I'm excited. Like he's on the Red Sox. The Red Sox are my favorite team. So when he goes out there and pitches well, and people are like, "Oh, suck on that," it's like, because I said that he was bad when he was bad, that doesn't mean that I don't want him to pitch well. I don't
know that you've
understand
stopped at that line that you're trying to make it seem like right now.
What have I said that was unfair?
What do you mean?
What have I said that was unfair?
You're denying that you said he sucked. You outright just said he
yeah,
sucked.
when he
last show.
sucks, he's
No,
yes.
no. That's not what you said. You said he sucks, which is not saying he sucked in the start. You said he sucks.
No.
You did. It's recorded. It's on YouTube.
No.
It's on the podcast.
No. I mean, if 5.5 ERA sucks.
Again,
What do I
not
say
what you
about
said.
that?
Last
you
four
said.
starts, it's a 4.46.
That sucks,
you
too.
just say
That's-
these things that are not helpful.
I think it's better than a 5.
No
It's
shit.
been, can we be honest? It's just been really hard to have honest Bayo conversations because
Oh
to
my
Jared
God.
and Coley's point, you can't be critical of the guy without it being like, oh, so you're completely out on him for the rest of his entire career. It's like that's what it gets attached
It's
to.
very strange, like with this fan base in particular, like they are more sensitive about protecting it. Like when we talk about, we can't even talk about like him at all. Like most of the time, it's after one of his starts, we'll talk about him. And most of the time his starts are bad. So it's like, oh, here we go again with the he's not good conversation. It's like, well, yeah, like he was bad again. So like we talk about the new start that was bad. Like new album just dropped. It's still bad.
It sucks.
But like it's a new album. Like we got to talk about the tracks on it, right? And this one was good, right? Let's talk about it being good. I don't understand.
so.
You don't think it was good?
No.
Oh, wow.
right, go ahead.
I thought it was actually better than that.
Okay, go ahead.
When one thing I don't like about pitchers, not Bayo specifically, but pitchers, when you have a guy on second and you start throwing to second and start looking at him, I know you are not focused on the batter. And when Teoscar Hernandez had 2 strikes on him, he tried to pick off Shohei. Nearly got him, but he didn't. Next pitch, scored Shohei. And that was kind of the game. I understand a lot more happened after that. If he gets Teoscar out there, the Red Sox win this game by a lot. Like, it's not a close contest. Him not focusing there, which has been a central issue that has been raised by a lot of people, lack of focus, cost them this game, in my opinion. Now, other people were worse after him, no doubt. Overall, I thought his command was excellent. He also gave up a home run to Gavin Lux, who sucks at baseball.
Whoa!
And just absolutely pulverized the Red Sox every at bat, it felt like. He's been awful since he got called up, and this was his breakout series. Like, I was infuriating to watch. He looked like Seager out there, and he sucks. I couldn't stand that at all.
Wow.
But yeah, Bayo,
This feels personal, by the way.
he's just bad at baseball. Bayo, I thought this was his best mixture of getting strikeouts while also still getting a lot of grounders.
Yeah.
But he went 5 innings. I think I tweeted 5 innings. I think it was 61 pitches, 75% strikes. Like, that was great. That 6th inning was bad. And that's not where we needed him to be bad. So I can't be like, oh, it was like the Friday game in 6 innings. It was like, yeah, it was good until it wasn't.
I think even though in that last 6th inning, he should have only got 2 earned runs. If Willier doesn't airmail the ball all the way to the fucking backstop and everyone moves up a base, then he's out of that inning without giving up another run. We're talking 6 innings, 2 earned runs. That'd be easily his best start since Miami, where it was 6 2/3 and 1. And for him, like the 7 Ks, he's missing bats. That is such a major thing for me. And like you said, he's finding that balance in between. Heavy slider usage in this, 38%. That's the pitch him and Andrew Bailey have been working on. And he'd even throw the 4-seamer a lot. It was only twice the entire start. So I don't know, to see 6 whiffs on the slider and changeup, as long as he can get those pitches back to where they were and he can miss some bats, but also keep the ball on the ground, I think he was even better than what his final line was.
I don't disagree with that, but I do think he gets through that 6th with no runs. Now we're sitting here talking about a great start, and that's what I was waiting for. Because then you talk about what happened after that, him having to get pulled, and what happened to the bullpen after that. That's where it's like, yeah, I need you to get through that 6th. Right?
But if you're getting to Kenley, at the end of the day, and credit to Josh Winkowski, Cam Boozer did a great job in this game as well. But you got it to Kenley with the lead. And at the end of the day, Kenley didn't get the job done.
Sure.
I'm not killing him for it. But if we're saying, hey, Brian Bayo should have had 2 earned runs in 6 innings, we'd all be doing backflips, being like, oh my God, against the Dodgers, we'll take it.
I'm saying it should have been 1. That's my disconnect. Because it should have, if
I
he
think
gets
the bar at
Teoscar,
this
that's
point
it.
is
And then
lower
you
for
can
me.
go you can throw him out there another inning, because the second half of the Dodgers lineup, which is a AAA lineup.
Which he didn't pitch that.
Jason Hayward took Kenley Jansen deep. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, that game was over already. And it barely got out as well.
I mean, we can't be doing the barely got out thing.
What do you mean?
Home run's a home run.
Sure. That's how you
Especially with
treat
Jason Hayward.
Not jumping ahead.
Not to jump ahead, because I know that wasn't in the second game, which is what we're talking about right now. It's weird the answer is no, but I'm tempted to ask, game of the year? It's not.
For what?
Like MLB overall?
No, of our season. In terms of entertainment factor. I know it sucks in the end and we're going to look back on it not fondly, but the back and forth nature of it is, and the nature of the opponent, and
It's just hard to be like, that game we lost in the series we got swept. That was the game of the year, though.
I mean, the fucking Dodgers playing Max Muncy highlights the
That was
home run in
game
game 3.
I was about to bring up.
that was the opener, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, they were playing Max Muncy hitting the home run off of Valdi like it was some historical Dodger moment. It's that you lost that game too.
I did love how Spear tweeted, Cora and Veritek noticed, and they definitely took note. They definitely discussed.
And the picture was from the
choice.
press box. How the fuck did he know?
What?
The picture that Alex Spear tweeted of him being
Yeah.
oh, they took note of it. It's from fucking up in the press box. How did he know that they
Well,
took
I
note?
wouldn't be snide if you just looked down and was like, they clearly are talking about it. Yeah, that is a stretch, right? You got to assume. Yeah, they're like, hey, we're discussing that up there on the
You guys seeing this shit?
Hey, Spear, just want to let you know, we thought this was stupid that they put this up there.
You 24 people who weren't here for that? You guys see this shit?
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. How did Spear definitely know they were talking about it? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Guess he
don't
just-
think he did.
Yep.
I
He
don't
knew it
think
would
he
probably be good for the tweet, maybe.
Because he tweeted
Wait,
it
what?
also before the game ended, so he didn't even
just
have the
having
opportunity to ask
trouble.
him.
What friggin' podcast is he on? I don't. Spear.
Tyler, do you know?
3:10 to left.
Right.
Flinching like a dog.
No one knows what a flinching dog looks like besides you, dude.
Good take. I retract that.
Anyways, I'm gonna back my guy Brian Bayo here. I was happy with the start. I maybe if you want to come at me to say that my bar is too low, I feel like it's in the right spot. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk, the 1 home run. If you want to nitpick and say that the home run was off a dude that he shouldn't be giving up home runs to, fine. I agree with that. That's if you're going to give up bombs, Gavin Lux is probably not the guy that you should be giving up bombs to. There's plenty of other guys where there's absolutely the cut, not to jump ahead here, but the Kutter Crawford 473 home run off Shohei Ohtani. I don't think anyone's being dude, what a crazy thing to happen. It's no, it's Shohei Ohtani, and that's just what he does. So if there's one knock on Bayo's outing for me, it's that you gave up a home. It's not that you gave up a home run. It's who you gave the home run up to. But the hit total wasn't crazy. The 1 walk, happy with, and what Coley was saying earlier, the 7 strikeouts. I feel like even before this year, and Bayo had this shit first half. My main criticism of Bayo was not enough strikeouts. To call yourself a 1 Like if he went out there and had like a 3.50 ERA, then it's like, yeah, all right. Like I could see you being like a frontline guy. But when you want to be an ace, you've got to have like the ERA, like low 3s in the 2s with a strikeouts per 9 that's 10 plus. Like you can't be going out there and having like a fucking 7 to 8 strikeouts per 9 and be like an ace. Like that's not what aces do. So that was my knock before on Bayo. But recently, it's the strikeouts have been there. And that's a very welcomed change for me.
Three of
To
his
me,
last
this isn't
four
even-
starts have
thi-
had 7 strikeouts or more.
Everyone just said something at the same time.
I know.
Why don't we go
That was a
Coley
lot.
first?
Well, no, Tyler's last, 3 starts, you said? 7
Yeah,
Ks?
7 Ks or more.
So even the first one of those starts, he was still chasing strikeouts. It got the pitch count up, and he was giving up fly balls. I thought this game was the first time he had the grounders with the strikeouts, which is
Did
something.
you talk about the A's start?
No, Miami.
Miami,
right?
A's,
Yeah,
Royals,
Miami
Dodgers.
Yeah, the A's start was the one where he struck out 9.
Yeah, a lot of traffic.
after 3.
Yeah. But second best xFIP on the rotation behind Houck. So I would like obviously the fly balls that go over the wall. No one's catching those. I would love to see him with competent fielding behind him, and then see what his ERA would be.
Well, that
We're
was
blaming
kind
the
of
Red
what I was
Sox
saying.
defense.
No, I'm not blaming the defense, but even like the Blue Jays game you and Pap called, I couldn't believe all the earned runs they gave him when they were just throwing it around. And they were just like, these are all earned runs. It's just like, okay, if the home scorekeeper is still going to do this too, it's like, yeah, the ERA is going to be 12.
12.
Going off that xFIP though, like that's kind of the thing with the last 4 starts. That's why I've been putting the benchmark there. It's a 361 FIP. Like obviously the expected FIP, it's 251, but for a guy who's averaging more than 3 walks per 9 to have it at 1.9, K per 9 above 10, like those are kind of the boxes you were asking for, Jared. Still 43% ground ball rate. Like that's kind of the mix. That's the balance you're starving for here. Just stop giving up the homers. It's 1.5. That's it. But that's an issue going back to last year as well.
I mean, we talk a lot about Bayo, and you had mentioned it earlier, Jared, but Kenley just can't give up a homer to Kike Hernandez.
No.
I don't think it's any more complicated than that. We could be Kenley boys and just acknowledge that. I mean, we're still Kenley boys.
Oh.
Like it's not.
Never
Yeah,
down.
never down.
Never down.
I mean, this was one of those games in terms of game of the year. It had all the ingredients for it. You just got to close it out. Like the Tyler O'Neill homer was hilarious. He was like pissed off that he didn't hit it further,
Very
or that it
funny.
had been a while since he had hit one. I'm like, wait, isn't that supposed to be a home run? Like he's upset that it's going to get caught. Oh, no. Okay, it's more like a finally, like I hit the homer. So you have that moment to get the lead back. That was after the Jaron bases clearing hit. That's just, constantly delivering is Duran the entire series. To have as good a series as he had and they still get swept is kind of crazy. But yeah, you get the lead. Winky with that double play. What the hell? Insane. The glove flip. Great play. Underrated play by Connor Wong, by the way. You got to catch a glove flip that's kind of high. Keep your
It's
foot on the
slow.
bag.
Yeah.
Calmly throw a bullet to first base, not hit the runner. He does everything. We've talked about Wong before and how he has no emotion. That's kind of how he plays, too. He's like, no, I'm all business. I'm here to get the job done. Then to have the 9th inning where it's supposed to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Dodgers, and Kike Hernandez hitting 191 this year in 71 games, hits a bomb on a cutter that's 93 miles an hour right down, I think you would call it right down the dick, right, Jared? Right down the dick.
Right down the dick.
That's where the pitch is. He hits the homer. Obviously, I love Kike, so I was super happy for him.
You
but
love that dude.
it just sucked. That was, and Kenley knew it right. Probably right when he let it go, he was like, "Oh God, that's right down the middle, isn't it?" And then he smokes it, and he had one of those like, "Yep, that's what I deserve." Still thought he was going to get the W. Still thought he was going to get. That's another thing stacking on top of like big moments where it's like game of the year ingredients. Tyler O'Neill doesn't matter. He hits another 2-run homer, and you still lose anyway.
Because it was game 2, I would have, especially knowing he wasn't going to pitch in Colorado, I would have put him out there for the 10th.
True. Yeah. This changes our perspective on the series when they knew this whole time he wasn't pitching against the
Jared?
Rockies. Jared?
What happens if the Rockies make it to the World Series against the Red Sox again?
Went all 4 at home.
You're gonna have to, right?
Gotta.
Either
Right,
that
I'm
or
just thinking
Kenley
about
does
that.
what he did before. And he says, fuck it, I'll just reset my heart after the series. Like, I'm willing to
Well,
risk it all.
Jared, to your point, with how hot the Rockies are right now,
They're playing
they've
good
won
ball.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
I mean, this team has a chance of making the World Series.
How did they get to the World Series in 2007, T-Dog? You know that season better than anybody.
Just kept winning at the end of the year. Hottest team in
Okay, that's
baseball.
not exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a specific number. I think they won 21.
They just kept on winning ball games, brother.
I think they won 21 out of 22
Was
down the
that it?
stretch
I
to
thought it
get
was
in.
29 out of 30, honestly. Like, they just didn't. They wrapped up the NLCS when we were still in the ALDS. Like, they were very
Yeah.
ready for us. And then they just
21
got their
out of
teeth
22.
smashed in.
21 out of 22 they
I
won.
think we were clinching the division, and they're like, we're already in the World Series. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing with your
They had like
division
9
hockey.
days off because we went 7
I
with
think it was
Cleveland.
9.
Like, it was so long.
Yeah, a week and a half of just taking cuts in Denver. Like, this is not going to help.
they showed up in Boston. They all had fucking frostbite. They were like, God damn it.
Yeah, they're just doing sim games and like storms. Like, what the fuck? This sucks.
Yeah, that team never had a chance.
No chance at all.
No
But hey,
chance.
rematch this year potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, it's on the table. And if it is, then I don't know what we do about Kenley, but you know, they got to get there first.
Hendricks fills in.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Real
also,
quick. Can I add something real quick,
Yeah.
real fast?
Yeah.
We like Dom. We don't like Dom. I'm not fully sure where the pod's at on Dom. I think we're currently
Whoa.
liking him.
Whoa.
We're currently liking him. We like him. We
Whoa.
like him.
Crazy.
Who the fuck doesn't like Dom?
I'm saying our overall this season perspective of Dom on this podcast has been very seesaw. Is that crazy?
I
Not
feel
me.
like we've been pretty pro Dom
Yeah,
for a
we're
while now.
I'm
Anti
a dominator.
All right, love Dom. He just got an MVP.
Dominatrix.
All I'm saying.
Stepdaddy Dom.
It was a tough AB in the 11th inning. Abreu had just
Before you
gotten
say
hit.
anything, let me interrupt for 1 second.
Yeah, what do you got?
I told Dom the other day that he was pretty much unanimous Clark's catch-up MVP for the Kansas City Royals. He was very happy about that.
I know I got your vote.
He's very pleased. Yep. Just one word, Dom. That's it. 3-1 to Smith. There it is. Fastball down and away. He's going to miss. Dom Smith's going to take the walk.
I mean, listen, if Dom
Boom.
Smith is someone that is ecstatic about winning the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP, I'm just saying that your next words better not be mean. Go ahead.
No, they're not mean. It's because we are on board with Dom right now that I expected something in that AB. He's got the 3-1 count, first and second, no outs, and he ends up striking out. It was just a tough AB.
He came up tonight, yeah, with it was
Yeah.
a 3-run game. There's 2 on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He came up in big spots a bunch in this game.
Every single person on the team came up in huge spots. And like Connor Wong did nothing this series offensively, obviously at the double play, like Steve brought up, but nothing offensively.
I mean, it was Duran and O'Neill had like 95% of their RBIs. I think Rafaela had 1 tonight, but that was the only non-Duran O'Neill RBI in the whole series.
Yeah, it was just offense is still on the All-Star break.
Yeah, Rafaela was good because I was going to sum it up as like everyone else was still on the break, but Rafaela I think hit like 300 or 400 in the series. But yeah, that was tough. And then Rafael puts the bunt down, which was kind of, what do we think about that? That was a little weird.
That was the home run pitch. That if he was going to get a pitch, did anyone ask about that? Did he call that himself, or was that the team called that?
No, nobody asked about it. I was looking for it after the game, too.
That's insane. Coutinho,
That's a
do your
big pit. You
fucking
got
job.
Coutinho. It's come on, man. No, he was getting selfies with Nomar instead of asking that question.
I
mean,
will
what an
say-
asshole to not
I thought
ask that
Massa.
question.
I thought Massa did it again. There was a moment
Agreed.
there on that ball down the right field line when he came in with Ref Snyder and pitch hit. I was like, "Oh my god, he did it again!" I legit jumped out of my bed.
Tyler, I stood up.
I couldn't believe it, and then it just kept curving and kept curving and kept curving.
He thought he had it too. And when Massa knows he gets it, he knows.
He's been
That's
lifting
one
the
of
ball
things.
well. He's been
He
lifting
has.
the
hard
ball
out
well.
the
Outside of, I
series.
mean, for some reason that wasn't a double play at the end, but
He's the fastest man alive, Steve. Everyone knows that.
true. Just cooking it down first base. But yeah, that was tough. That was tough not getting that in extras. And
Oh, by the way, on the
Uh-oh.
walk-off in this game,
Mm-hmm.
no throw.
What?
Will Smith hits it a one-hopper to Duran. they had him dead at second. I'm not saying there was an easy double play to be turned, but there was no throw. Luis Robert got killed for this a month ago on like a throw to home that he didn't throw. Duran just ate the ball. Like someone was covering second, didn't throw it.
I think I just turned the game off the second that ball landed. Let me watch.
Wait.
this again.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
Oh,
there was one
He
out.
doesn't he just didn't throw the ball at all. Like I'm not saying throw it home, but there was a force at every base, and there was
But there's
one out. Right. No throw at all feels weird.
Wait, am I missing
why would
something?
it matter?
I don't think so.
Will Smith's not busting it out. Like no one's sprinting down the first baseline here. You had
The run still scores.
Yeah, Duran had no shot.
What do you mean,
You would have had to get the guy at the plate.
Durant? What do you mean?
There was one out.
Yeah, I'm saying throw to second. You're closer. Durant's playing. Everyone's in. This is not like I'm not saying it's an easy play by any stretch. But I'm saying,
Wait, am I missing something?
no
here?
throws.
What's going on? What's going on here?
The
That was
game's
the
still
second
over.
out.
There are two out. The bases are loaded.
Yeah, there's one out.
Yeah, throw to second. Try to throw it to first. I don't understand. Like,
Oh, a double play?
Oh, is that?
Will Smith's not sprinting out of the box. Anyone who hits the ball to the
This
outfield.
would have been the craziest double
I don't
play of all
disagree,
time,
but
Bill.
I don't think it was a 0%. I genuinely watch it again. This is not a 0%.
I'm looking at it. I'm watching it.
We have 5 infielders. This is a one hopper to Duran. This ball was not like a
Okay,
weak
this
hit.
would have been.
I'm not
To
saying
be
they
fair-
were guaranteed turn, but we are covering second. He doesn't throw.
If they turned a double play on a liner to left field.
It would have been
Corey's
insane.
fair.
Just turn a triple play
I'm not
and
saying
you
that
get
at all.
out
I'm
of the fucking
saying
You
inning.
gotta dive, you
Dang.
catch it, he's tagging, you throw
I
it.
think
You
it's
hit
insane
the
to
ball in the
not
gap,
throw the
you
ball.
get it in, you turn the triple play, and then you're out of the inning.
This was
And he didn't throw it.
this was a one hopper right to him, and he just ate it.
If they took
David Hamilton wasn't even near the bag. He's like just
That's not
staring
true.
at the ground. I'm
if
watching
they turned
it.
I'm watching the play. If they turned a double play on this,
It would have been
this would
insane.
have been the.
Genuinely insane.
There's
But this
no-
game was
they
insane.
I don't
There's
know.
no way they could have turned.
Whoever's on- who's
Dom
on
Smith
first?
is like a mile off of first. He's a mile.
That
off
I don't
first.
know.
Like,
I don't know who was. There may have been no one
Yeah.
at first. I do
Dom
know
Smith's at the
whoever was
cutoff
running
point.
from first to second was not booking it.
You lost me at the one. If there were 2 outs, I think then.
Oh, if there's 2 outs and he didn't throw it, yeah, I wouldn't have been the only
then
person
that's
to bring
crazy.
it up.
Then
That would have been insane.
No, 100%.
But I did think it was like watching it, and I didn't tweet it because I knew people would be like, "What the fuck do you want me to do?"
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to phrase it on that forum because it was it's a 1% of a 1% shot. But I do think not throwing it at all is insane.
It's got to turn that.
Gotta turn that DP. Gotta turn that DP.
I mean, he gets 0 doing it the other way.
That's true. He chose the 0 out path.
I also feel like if we're gonna talk about like Jaron Duran, like that's the one guy that busts his
I'm
ass
not
more than
shitting
anybody
on.
on this.
I thought it was
Like,
weird.
Nobody
There was
busts
no
their ass
throw.
harder.
Imagine our
Or
whole
had a
theme
not-
of the show. Duran sucks.
I thought Cora was going to put himself into pitch with the fucking how
Dude,
long
I was.
he brought the
It looked
glove
like
up.
he was going to face Otani. I was
Bailey
so ready
Horn
for that.
ran all the way in and was like, I guess I'm, fuck me, I guess I'm not pitching.
He was gonna knock Cora out. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
What are the rules on that? Can the manager just pitch? No, because he's not on the roster. But like, I've seen crazier things, like Duran not turning that double play. Like, have Cora pitch there. I think that would have been great. He gets him out of that situation.
I honestly thought that's why they wore uniforms, was because they could put themselves in.
He wasn't walking out with the glove as if he was going to hand it off. He was like, "No, this is the glove I'm going to use to strike out Shohei Ohtani when I'm on the mound."
Well,
and he walked out with that energy too.
he
He was like, "No,
switched-
give me the ball."
He switched Rafaela's glove. But the fact that he was still holding a glove, it was just like, I think he's about to pitch. I think he's like, I
Or
fucking
play second.
got it
He's going to
from
be
here.
in the game. He's going to be in the game either way.
I'm
guarantee.
taking over.
Well, it was that like upset dad walk where it's like, I've had enough. Like, I obviously need to control this situation because you guys can't.
Well, to manage that hard and then immediately just a rocket from like, he's telling Weissert, like anything on the ground, we're golden. He's like, got it scared. Like he has any idea where the fuck the ball's going.
Dude, first 2 pitches, I'm like, all right, well, this game.
I thought he was going to walk him in. I genuinely thought he was going to walk him in.
Yeah. I would have rather that because then you can just fully blame the pitcher. I mean, we obviously can blame him, but I would have rather just like, okay, well, it continues with him sucking. Instead, he finally finds a plate and the game is over.
He'd even throw a sweeper in that at bat. It was just 3 shitty sinkers back to back to back.
Terrible.
He throws poop balls. These are terrible. That one that got hit is just right there. That's just like, here you go. You want your walk off? I got you. Wearing the funfetti jerseys.
It would have been great if Greg was like, got a double play ball there. Duran's just gonna throw it in.
Yeah, if he slams his glove and it's like, are you serious?
Like, what? You're right there, dude.
How is that not 2? Come on.
Do you want to take a guess on what Jarren Duran's OPS was in the series?
Oh, 2,200.
Is it? I was gonna say mid 2s.
18.
1821.
Okay,
He hit 500
he was incredible.
with a 571 on base and slugged 1250 for an 1821.
What 7
OPS.
RBIs, 3 doubles, 2 bombs.
Big
I thought he was
bomb.
gonna rob that homer too. That girl dropped. And then
I
she
was
said
so
shit on
scared
the
every
broadcast. Do you see that? She said shit.
Not
Yeah, she swore on the broadcast.
5 extra base hits, 15 total bases, had an average exit velocity in this series of 103.9. Hit 2 bombs, scored 5 runs, drove in 7.
It
But
is
he didn't
classic
steal a
Duran.
base. He didn't steal a
Yeah,
base, though.
and he didn't turn 2 at the
Yeah.
end.
He didn't turn 2 in
Wow.
that last one. So,
Middle
they
one.
ultimately got swept because of him.
Yeah.
Most opposite field hits in the league.
Yeah, it's got some apple pop.
After his homer today, the 2021 through 2023, he had 13 homers. He now has 12 this regular season. If you add the All-Star game, it's 13. He's matched his
Can't-
career home run total this year.
Can't add that.
I'm adding it. It counts.
Can't do it.
What a series for Duran. What a season for Duran. I've already seen some folks being like, Jared, don't let Coley talk to you like that. We're already writing the script for the fucking Jarren Duran movie. We've been on the phone with Dwayne. Dwayne loves the
I
script.
think Austin Butler is a great pick. I gotta say, one of the listeners submitted it.
Austin Butler does that weird thing where he like becomes the person, right? Like, isn't that his whole?
He's
Oh, yeah.
still
shtick?
no.
He's been Elvis the whole
He's
time.
still
yeah.
Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I don't want him
only-
to be Duran. Like, I don't want him
He's
showing
not
up at
just
the
Elvis.
ballpark.
He would be Elvis playing Duran.
Which
I think
I'm all in.
if
That's
he
kind
were
of sick.
if he were way younger, like in like the 80s, Willem Dafoe would have been an awesome Jarren Duran.
Mm. Dude,
Willem
Austin
Dafoe.
Butler, is he like too hot for this?
You
He's,
don't think
he's
Jarren's
hot. Austin Butler. No, they're different.
calling
hot. I think they're
Duran
different
ugly?
types of hot.
Duran's
no,
hot.
Duran's hot. Duran's hot too. But Austin Butler's like the hottest celebrity in the game.
If the Red Sox
Oh,
were more
no.
popular, Duran would be getting like Ellsbury bitches.
I think
Actually,
Austin
like,
Butler is the
Ellsbury-
most
Ellsbury
attractive
got
male
no
actor
bitches.
right now.
Ellsbury got no bitches. I think he had he was married since college. Who am I thinking of? He'd be getting Napoli
Xander.
bitches.
I mean, Xander.
Kapler? Maybe Kapler a little bit?
Kapler,
I know you hate him.
it's not that I hate him. He's just fucking weird. He's a weirdo.
Xander was raking him in.
We don't
And
know
he was
that.
letting you know.
We do know that. Yeah, we actually do.
We only know
that.
about one. We know about one.
We know what he kicked to the curb. Yeah. We know what he had no
Hell of a
interest in.
tweet.
Our timing's all fucked up, Jared.
And you're going the
Don't worry
wrong
about
way.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, Jared
Yeah,
was going the wrong way. You had it right the first
No, I
time.
wasn't.
You are.
That's an L for me on my screen.
I'll tell you. The other two look perfect.
This is a backwards L. Anyways,
Red Sox.
Red Sox lose. Kutter Crawford versus James Paxton. You know, basically what I said earlier. The second that Jarren Duran hit that home run the first inning, I was like, man, we should have swept this series. I walked it back though. I had the wherewithal to recognize that this was not a game that the Red Sox should have won. They should have won the first 2 games. I stand by that. There should have been 2 out of 3. Tonight when Duran, I mean, it was the Sunday Sox. Like Duran hits a fucking 2-run home run, 2 batters into the game, and you're like, all right, this is where they say, all right, you have your 2 pity wins that we should have won, but the Sunday Sox are going to prevent the sweep from happening. And that certainly wasn't the case. This was their worst game of the entire series. Kutter goes out there, gives up 5 fucking home runs. 5. Like, okay, you give up a home run to Shohei Ohtani. There's no shame in that. None. Freddie Freeman, I'll even give you Freddie. But Austin Barnes,
First of the year for Austin Barnes.
Gavin Lux,
Awful.
590 OPS.
Teoscar was due. We had known that, but it didn't have to be you, Kutter. Didn't have to be you. It could have been any other jamoke to come out of the bullpen and give it up. It could have been who's a good candidate to give up a home run to Teoscar out of the bullpen.
Greg.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Weissert.
Greg was the guy at the time. Not you, Kutter. Not you.
I don't know.
5. Come on. We're better than this. The Kutter crew is better than this. We don't give up 5 home runs in outings. It's not what we've done in the past. It's not how we got to this point. It's certainly not what we're going to do moving forward. If we're going to give up 5 home runs in a start, we got it out of our system. We're going to move on. We're not going to answer any questions about it after this. So get your fucking jokes in now. Get your gigs, your shits and gigs in now. Get your giggles in, because we're not going to talk about the 5 home runs again after this. Anybody got any questions?
Nope.
Tyler?
Only 3 starters have now given up more homers than Kutter Crawford this year. Jose Barrios, Aaron Savali, and Nestor Cortez.
Surely you forgot someone.
I mean, Garrett Cole would be on that list if he didn't puss out the first 2.5 months of the season.
Who are you thinking of, Coley?
Bayo's, 40, 50 home runs?
I don't think so. I know that feels
Gotta be.
crazy, but it feels like he should be.
Wild.
Bayo's at
Well, he missed time.
15.
He missed time, that's why.
He's a
Things
little
I
lower
think
down
of.
the list.
What do you mean?
Hmm.
You're trying to say Bayo's better than Kutter? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No one said that.
Is that what you're trying to get at, though? I feel like that's
No.
the take you're formulating.
When we talked about Bayo, all I heard about was his home run problem. Now we're trying to brush this off as Cutter had one bad start. I don't know if that's the case.
Cutter's rocking at 3-3.
Yeah,
Let's have some
Cutter's
respect
been
here.
great. But I do remember in April in the group text saying I'm worried about Cutter in the summer, and it's July.
How many
He's coming off
starts?
15 straight scoreless.
Yeah,
innings.
How many
like a
starts?
over
How many
Yeah,
starts
what
has
you
Bayo
talked
made?
about going into this.
Don't
And
blame me,
immediately
He said
it
15
goes
straight
kaboom.
scoreless outings.
Yeah. What, Bayo missed 2 starts, 3 starts?
I think his
He's
last
made
5
18.
starts for Cutter, he had 7 earned runs, and he had 6 tonight. It's just not what you want to see.
No, it's tough.
I mean, hey, were they all solo bombs? At least he had that going for him.
yeah.
So that's
Oh.
almost hard to do. You give up 5 and they're all solo shots.
Someone had the stat on
I mean,
10th all time in Red Sox history. Someone's done that. Which
even
I
if you
would've
want
thought
to
it
go
would've been
based
more.
on rate,
Rate me.
Kutter Crawford 10th worst in Major League Baseball, 145 home runs per 9. Bayo 15th, 141. So Kutter has given up home runs even at a worse rate.
Well, I'm sure that
Yeah.
is inflated by tonight, unless it's not updated.
Well, no, it's updated.
Not trying to chirp the stats.
No, these stats are real. These are real
While
stats
we're-
you've ever seen.
While we're talking stats, I just
Shout out
wanted
to True Media. Shout out to
mention
True
something.
Media.
Shout out True Media. Big night for True Media on
Huge.
ESPN2.
Yep.
I mentioned it in our chat, but I still cannot.
You know what else you mentioned in the
fathom.
fucking chat tonight, Steve?
I know. We talked about it. We talked
Did
about
we?
it. We spent 30 minutes on it. I can't fathom how it's possible that Shohei has 30 bombs and only one of them is with runners in scoring position.
That
How is
crazy.
that? They said that in game 1, and I'm like, that cannot be right. I can't wait to prove it wrong. Looked it up. It's 100% true.
Wow.
29 homers without RISP. What? Like, do the Dodgers suck? Are they just relying on him to hit a bunch of solo bombs and 2-run shots when a guy's on first? Like, that's crazy. And that's all I got.
You know who's third in home runs per 9?
Nestor.
Carlos Rodon.
Ah,
He stinks.
does stink.
Terrible.
Big poop.
Nestor's 13th, so he's right in between Kutter and Bayo. Stroman's 16th. I mean, this Yankee rotation loves to give up home runs.
I feel like that's all at home too.
Yeah, got a feeling the park factors in.
Let's look. Oh, I have
They
it
should
set to-
almost like Nestor only starts at home, Stroman starts on the road, like, and they just flip flop.
Fuse them into one pitcher, basically.
Ooh,
basically,
Stroman at home. Stroman at home is the second worst. Among starters who have made at least 8 starts at home this year, it is Tristan McKenzie, number 1,
He's in AAA.
and then Marcus Stroman, number 2. Quintana,
McKenzie,
3.
like we talk about young, controllable pitchers. That's someone I would target because I can't imagine Cleveland wants a lot for him right now.
Yeah, I do think there's a little bit of the like, if Cleveland can't fix them, like, oh my, but their whole
This guy
rotation's
hates
having
Andrew
a down year
Bailey
right
now.
now. Oh, no. But I think that's like, Cleveland kind of a pitching lab. But Cleveland pitching wise, their rotation's been a problem all year.
I love
Like-
Tristan McKenzie.
Oh, yeah.
Love. Having a tough year, though.
He has to
Having a tough
have
couple
great
years.
extension with those fucking twigs.
A lot of walks out of him.
Yeah, you
More than
Injury
everybody.
prone, too.
fix that.
I agree. I'd love him on the team.
You're going to need more than that at the deadline. Please don't let that be the.
Listen, based
What
on
you got
what
on
you aggregated from Castillo and the fellas, it doesn't sound like we're buying.
Wait, what?
That Breslow said he hasn't picked a path yet, which makes it seem like what
Today?
yeah,
Yeah, that was the Cotillo thing I sent you.
yeah, that's a terrible thing to say. That sounds like
Yeah,
can't
you
wait to sell.
Tyler fucking texted me that as I was raging over Steve. I didn't even.
Sorry.
That Tyler,
didn't even-
read the room. That's
I
a
didn't
tough
even-
time to
I
send
I was
that
trying to
over.
change the subject.
Yeah, good job, dude. I almost crashed my car. Because I was driving home from the concert that I left 45
Probably
minutes
just made
early.
him more upset at me, honestly.
He sent me like links. Like I saw 4 text messages from Tyler, and I expect him to be like, "Yeah, man, you're so right. Steve's such a jerk. We're gonna have such a good pod. Hope positive vibes, man. I love you. Like I respect and appreciate that you left the concert early for us." But then it was just like, "Oh, here's this article, and Craig Breslow's face is on it." I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Craig Breslow
I
right
was
now.
like, if you're sitting in traffic right now and you're looking for
I
something,
wasn't sitting in
entertaining-
traffic
I
because I
didn't
left
early.
45 minutes early. There was no fucking traffic because I left the concert 45 minutes early, Tyler.
Why you leave
Why would there
early?
be any traffic?
It's the whole
It
point.
was the smoothest ride I've ever had from Fenway because everyone was still inside the fucking park listening to the Foo Fighters, which is what I wanted to be doing, but I wasn't. I was on Storrow Drive, not a fucking soul in sight. I could switch lanes. Left, center, right, left, center, right, center, left.
Yell
no
at
one
Steve.
stopped
Why
me.
are you yelling at me?
No. You do
I'm
this every
wholesome
time.
and genuine, you said.
I take all of it back.
Fuck you.
Oh. Ooh.
little.
That one's never not going to get you tossed. Like, come on.
Stop. 101, baby.
101, baby.
Baby! Hey!
Hey, how you doing, baby? Hey.
I mean, he's probably past
It's going
110.
to be 110, yeah. He's,
Tonight.
Oh, well past. He's put up at least
Yeah.
5 or 6 on the board tonight.
yeah, he's 110 to
Crazy.
left right now.
Yeah.
J.A. had a nugget, which
What'd he
you were
say?
saying, like, you give it up to Shohei, no big deal. Freddie
Mm-hmm.
Freeman, highest average in the league against the Red Sox, active. Like,
That
I
was
just
it. That was a fire
kills the
stat.
Red Sox. Sorry, I didn't know that. How could I possibly?
Wait, what?
Freddie Freeman just owns the Red Sox. Highest current was it batting average or was it OPS?
I think
How
it
many
was
fucking
batting
plate
average. It was
appearances
like,
does Freddie Freeman have?
Yeah,
minimum
you can't have that
150.
many. Well, all those 2-game series.
I think it was 150.
150 at bats?
That
felt-
can't be true.
Maybe I'm tripping.
No way. Freeman?
There's no way, dude.
I mean, he's been in the
That
league a
feels
long
crazy.
time.
But that does feel
Yeah,
high.
but they don't.
I feel like we play the Braves every year.
No.
It's a couple 2-gamers, right?
Oh,
Is it a
yeah,
home and home?
150. 374
150?
batting average.
It's crazy.
But
Well,
for-
he's also just physically looked the same his entire career,
Correct.
so he's still kind of. I still feel like he's only 4 years in. It's like, no, he's just been playing forever.
Also, like back in like the mid 2000s when they were doing interleague and you didn't play everyone and whatever. Like the Braves were the Red Sox built-in rival, and they were like, remember when the Braves used to play in Boston? Like we're like, no,
no.
No one cares.
No
That's why
one
we got to
cares
play
about
here and there, and for some reason it's a 2-game series. I don't know why that's the case.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, like the Braves are the Red Sox National League rival. Like, no, they're not. No. I don't know one person that's ever been to a Boston Braves game.
No.
154 plate appearances against the Red Sox.
Crazy. All because
including
someone in
tonight.
the league office was like, well, back in my day, the Braves
Reginald.
used to play in Boston. So they should play each other in the interleague. And we'll see how it goes. Instead, we just have Freddie Freeman hitting 374 against the Red Sox. Freddie Freeman with 178 plate appearances against the Red Sox for no good reason. No reason at all. Wasting everybody's time.
I get why the Red Sox didn't make any sort of effort to sign Freddie Freeman. Like, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably a mistake to not even pick up the phone.
We got the smoke screen from John Heyman. I remember that going into work one day that the Red Sox had, were
Sure,
among
yeah,
14
but
teams that had checked in on his market.
Even with like Schwarber leaving, it was like obvious we weren't looking to fill that void.
Are we
They
going
were
to talk
all
about the
waiting
elephant in
for
the room?
Casas.
The comments
mean-
before the series?
No, the fact that the latest is that like don't expect
Oh,
to
yeah.
see Casas before the month
Oh,
of
yeah.
September now.
It's
Like it went from July 1st to maybe
But-
mid-September.
what do we think the percentage is that he doesn't come back? That's a fair conversation to have, even though it's my least favorite one ever. There's a chance
10%?
he doesn't play this year.
10%.
Again.
I think it's very low, but like it's like, all right, so he doesn't miss the entire season, but he comes back and plays what, like 17 games?
And then you
But
hope
with Cora
he's,
saying
like,
it will
good.
be a while, I mean, it's
It's already
Late-
been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while and it's late July. Like, we don't really have a while left.
No.
Didn't
And it's-
he,
and that
didn't
doesn't
he
factor
go
in a
on the
rehab
injured
stint
list
and
in
all that.
April? Was it not April?
April 21st was when he went on, but he fucked himself here because the Red Sox said it again
Literally?
and again. They did not want to put any dates on it. And Tristan Casas, he wants to say he's going to get back. Originally, he was supposed to miss no time once he came off the IL. It was supposed to be 60 days and I'm back that day. Then it was the beginning of July for the Marlins series. Then it was August. The Red Sox the whole time have said, we have no clue when he's going to get back. It's a pretty big, range of time, whether he could be ready or not. And it seems like they're scared he's going to have a setback. They're just taking it as slow as they possibly could. I think that's where Casas fucked up. He just should have listened to the Red Sox and never put a date on it.
And Cora's not trying to add any dates or anything, but he also said Casas feels close to 100%. So it's like, to hear that and then hear it's going to be a while until a rehab stint starts, it has us kind of like,
Well, who said
Well-
September? Was it McAdam that had a report saying like people internally think it's September?
Yeah, McAdam had that today that privately they believe by the time he goes on his rehab assignment and he does all that, you're looking at September.
That's fucking crazy.
It's
Dude.
not even rehab in September. So, like, it has to be September.
Well, your third week of September. They have time.
Okay, the AAA team will be in the playoffs. I don't know if that's like the place to rehab.
he's going to get the Woo Sox to Vegas. That's what's going to end up happening here.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Tyler, I know you probably saw this, and I don't know if this is right or not, but the Casas, like, part of the schedule release for 2025. And then I think the Sox
They
deleted it.
deleted it. Yeah.
What happened there? Because then they're like, Casas isn't following the Red Sox on Instagram anymore. I'm like, what's going on
People
here?
are
That's
fucking
not a thing?
wilding out. It was copyrighted music. That's why they had to delete it.
Okay. I saw it out of context and I was like, it doesn't seem like it's a thing, but just had to check in.
No, but it is, there's some people who are starting to build up a theory or a narrative that either Casas doesn't want to come back, either that he's maybe doing things behind the scenes that he shouldn't be doing with the
Like what?
All-Star break and all
Who's
that.
saying this?
No, it's on Twitter. Like I've seen it build and build and build that people being like,
Oh, it's on
look,
Twitter.
he doesn't care to rush back. It's such a fucking bullshit narrative for a guy who his entire life is fucking baseball. Look at the way he talks about it. Look at the way he fucking sits out there and analyzes and visualizes and manifests everything. There was a car crash inside his body. That's what it was described as. And it's
By
one of those
him.
things. No, by his doctor. That's what the doctor told him.
By him.
It's what the doctor told him.
Did he say that's
This is what
the
I'm talking about.
doctor-
Like, what is the? What do you mean by him?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
He's
I
the
was-
one
I
that
was
said
joking.
it. His doctor didn't do an interview. Like
His doctor
Casas
told him
said
that. That's how it was described. to
You
him.
weren't
Were you
there.
there?
That's what Casas
He's saying
said.
that Casas said that's what the doctor
That's
said.
exactly what he
Yes.
said.
Right.
Yeah, but
You think
I'm
he made
just
it up?
saying that he
No.
said it. Anyways, I'm not like, I mean, I'm concerned. I'm not like frustrated. I'm not one of the conspiracy theorists that's like, oh, he should be back by now. Anyone that thinks that Casas is like, or could be medically cleared and he's the one saying I'm not ready to go, that's just not what part
moronic.
of his character or DNA would ever make you think that. Like the dude fucking sits in the goddamn bullpen and sits behind an L screen at first base and stands in the batter's box with no bat. He's obsessed with baseball. Why wouldn't he want to come back as soon as possible?
I mean, that's why he went to the All-Star stuff. Like, whatever he was doing, I didn't really see a lot of it. I saw some clips of it, but I can promise you he's picking guys' brains there. I can promise you
but
he's doing that and
Yes.
adding it to his brain of, like, I'm going to use this and that and the other thing.
Yes, but
Sure,
I
he cares
also
a lot
think
about that.
I think he likes doing the media stuff.
Oh, he likes the attention, of course.
Yeah, I think he likes.
he's
He
also,
likes
like,
talking.
good
he likes
at it.
doing media. Yeah, but to anyone that is of the thought process that Tristan Casas is somehow medically able to play baseball right now and is choosing not to, I challenge you to point me in the direction of any sort of evidence in his past that would indicate this is someone that doesn't want to be back on the field as quickly as possible. What makes you think that?
You almost got to forfeit takes if that's your take. If you're saying that this guy's not out there and he can be, you're just an absolute moron. That's all he wants to be doing. But we can also just be frustrated that this injury has taken this much time. Not saying it's anything against him. It's more just like, we need you, especially for a series like this. And you point out other series over the last couple of months where instead of Sox winning 2 out of 3, it's probably a sweep. And instead of, them winning 1 out of 3 of the Padres, the Padres beat them by 30 runs, so they're going to lose that series regardless. But still, you can pick certain games. You're like, if they had Casas here, I feel like it makes a huge difference. So we can be sad he's not here and also not morons and think he's choosing not to be here.
And it's knowing that the third wild card's going to come down to a game or two. It's going to be,
it's going to be tight.
2021, last week of the season, you're counting every win and hoping for the best. Like, every day really does matter right now.
The Royals aren't going away. And you've got a dogfight in the AL West between the Astros and the Mariners. They're tied after going head-to-head this weekend.
Who are both adding.
Yeah, like those teams are going to add. Like their general managers are like, we're either in a playoff spot or right there. So why the fuck wouldn't we add? And then we have Breslow being like, well, I don't fucking know yet. I'm not really sure if I haven't seen as much.
Why does he have to sound like that?
Because he's a fucking
he's a
Yale nerd.
He's a
Like
nerd.
he's not. Like he says he's the former player.
know,
He
but
doesn't
why are
act or talk like it. He doesn't. Like
I know.
if I like took you in and like showed you the game of baseball and you had no idea that Craig Breslow used to play baseball, would you think that he's a former player the way that he talks?
I never care about what a GM or a chief baseball officer, any of these guys say leading up to the deadline. I care what your actions are. I care what you do with the deadline. I care what you do with the deadline. I'm going to grade you on what you do. So no, after the deadlines, no one's like, oh, well, remember on July 15th? It's like, no, they say they didn't do or they did do. That's where you have an answer coming in a week. So I'd rather just wait for that than be like, why the hell hasn't he definitively said they're going to buy?
But
I don't
Steve,
care.
It is infuriating that he's saying like, well, we don't know yet. Like, what do you mean?
Didn't he also
You're
say
in
like
it.
a week ago that like clearly they're showing us we need to commit to this team? So I think he said a little bit of both.
But then it sounds like he walked it back. I haven't even seen the quote. What is the official quote for? Because the one that you sent me, I obviously didn't read. But if you're telling me that he's saying that he fucking is still up in the air about what direction to go, like it's now the second half of the season. And up until you just got swept by the Dodgers, you were in a playoff spot. You like, what was it? Baseball Reference and Fangraphs have two wildly different models for predicting the postseason and everything. But like Baseball Reference, I think was in like the 60-something percent like the other day.
61% when it started on
How
Friday.
the fuck? What do you mean you're undecided? What's the quote? Before I continue to get
it
mad.
wasn't straight from Breslow. This is from an industry source, but they told Cotillo and McAdam. But to this point, according to an industry source, the Red Sox have yet to identify a definitive deadline plan of attack. I do want to throw context. There's a lot of context in this article, but apparently the team, they've been talking to other teams looking for starting pitching and bullpen help. The preference right now is to land a starter with team control, but rentals haven't been ruled out. They're not talking about Garrett Crochet with the White Sox. They are talking to the Angels about Luis Rengifo, and they're not prioritizing a first baseman right now. They want someone who can play multiple positions. Bob Nightingale had the report today that the Red Sox and Yankees are both talking to the Cubs about Jameson Taillon, who Breslow obviously was part of the recruitment pitch for Taillon in Chicago.
We're going to have answers to the test soon, so like I just don't care about the lead-up stuff. I really don't. And the thing that also drives me nuts is like I think as fans, we get so caught up and so like, fixed on this. Oh, well, if they don't win this series and then they need to win that series, so then they're going to buy. And if they don't, like, it shouldn't come down to the week and a half before the deadline. If you believe the team is good and they can do something special, an 8-game stretch over 162 should not be the difference as to why you don't add, especially if the difference in adding is fixing those issues that are leading to those losses in the week leading up to the deadline. If anything, you'd want to, okay, I think the team's good. Then let's fix those issues that have caused some recent losses. And then if they're winning, obviously you're going to add. So I don't know. I think people get too caught up in like, well, the team's performance is going to prove this, that, or the third. If they think they can do something special, and we've looked at the American League, and we're not really scared of anybody outside of the Orioles. So if that's the case and the team's looking at it similarly, then I don't think the next week and a half is... Now, you don't want to lose all the games, obviously. Like, you want to go to Colorado, win that series, beat the Yankees next weekend, but it shouldn't be the be-all, end-all as to how you look at 162 games just based off of this week.
I don't disagree with the thought, but it's being presented like that is how they're viewing it, which is the frustrating part.
I don't know. I don't think Breslow wants to show his hand. I think that's what these comments have led me to believe, because I've heard kind of both sides of it, and I don't think he has to show his hand.
No,
I think the proof's gonna be in the pudding in what, 9 days? I mean, it's pretty close.
But it's
maybe 8 days from now.
So far, it's played out like the off season, which is all we have to like. That's all he's done.
No, it's okay to be upset about that. Yeah,
no, it's not.
No, like based off of right now,
off season, like they've done too good to still be talking about the off season, but. So far, he's talked the same as he did, where he came in kind of like big balls on the table and then walked it back a lot.
No, and it's fine to be upset about that concept of it seeming similar to the thing that we hated. Like, yes, if I'm getting flashbacks to that, I'm going to be kind of pissed off. But I just don't think, I don't know. I haven't lost sleep over any comments. I really don't give a damn. And if it's like industry source, we're going to hear so many industry sources in the next 8 days that I just don't, I can't lose my mind over that, because that could be the peanut guy who has good sources.
In fairness, I thought he said something publicly, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But if it's an industry source thing, I don't know. Whatever. Just don't fuck this up.
The last quote we have from Breslow is, I think this team has put themselves in a position where we have to take them seriously. I think as long as you don't get this collapse, and that's why the Dodgers series is scary, you go down the next week and you shit your pants for 7 days straight, yeah, maybe the picture does change for them, because I do think, their initial stance, their belief for a majority of the season has been, oh yeah, we're probably going to sell. I do think they have switched their position and had to make them reconsider. That's why we're seeing the talks we're seeing right now. And Sam Kennedy, hey, he's embarrassed himself before, but he chose to go on record once again and say, hey, I said he can add money if he needs to add money. But to be talking and considering a player like Jameson Taillon, that sticks out to me just a little bit for the fact that the money that would go into that. This isn't a random player or a random, oh, we're going to go get a fucking stopgap. Ty France just got fucking put on waivers and we're going to go work out a deal for that. That's a pretty significant investment if you're looking at that or other starters with team control, which is seemingly their preference.
I think we kind of got away from the subject that started this conversation. And that was that Tristan Casas is not coming back anytime soon. And it
sucks.
3 weeks after when we thought we were getting Tristan Casas back at this point. So,
yeah, it sucks.
Again, that's not to I don't know that I would say the overwhelming majority is not blaming Casas, but there definitely is a section of the fan base that saw him at the All-Star game being like, shouldn't you be rehabbing? Getting ready to come back in the second half. It's like the dude is standing there asking or
he's
answering
eating
questions.
Dinner. Get a load of this guy. How is he not taking mental swings right now? This guy sucks.
Breslow said it a week ago that he's the first guy in there rehabbing every day. He's beating me to the office. I see him in there. What more do you want?
Even the stuff we've seen, he's a maniac. He does not care about anything else other than baseball. No. Jared, you already said it.
It's just fucking hilarious to me that the same people doing this shit are the ones who sat there and ripped on Jaron Duran for years and said, oh, he didn't have the mindset to succeed here. He couldn't handle it, whatever it may be. And now they're flipping it and making it, oh, I wish Tristan Casas was more like Jaren Duran. It's like, it's that same fucking group. It's like, it's a young guy. Duran went through on-field struggles. Casas is struggling with injuries right now. And it's keeping him off. It's like, you demonize these young guys because they don't fucking give it to you right away. Reel it the fuck in. It's an injury. Like, how can you be upset about a fucking injury? You can be mad that he's out, but you can't be mad at the guy.
I don't know about you guys, but when we found out what the injury was, my immediate thought process was like, oh God, this is going to take a while. And not even that it's his fault, but it's like ribs. Oh, that's your whole core. He swings so hard. How is that just going to be ready to do that again for 2 more months? Like,
wasn't
it's
that
just hard to figure.
Wasn't that Cora's comment like the day that he went on the injured list?
Yeah.
Was like, this is
He
going to
said
be
it's going to be a while. Yeah.
Why they didn't put a timetable on it? That's where Casas fucked up.
Yeah. But he's still, I don't know. He definitely shouldn't have said it. He definitely should have said it, but it's
one of those.
He's just obsessed with getting back. So I think he mentally wanted to just prove to himself, yeah, I'll be back then.
And it's not like the team was like, Casas, you told us that day you were going to be ready. They knew the whole fucking time. They're like, we're looking at how this is progressing. We know how long this is going to take.
Anytime they ask AC, he's like, yeah, I know he's putting a date out. We're definitely not doing that, but he can still say that. I'm sure the Miami thing factored in. Like, that park is 20 minutes from where he grew up. So like that had to be, I think mentally he's like, I can't miss my at-home series. We all know that feeling. Like, I can't miss my thing. No, this isn't going to mess up my thing. And it obviously did. And now it's just about like, how much can we get back of the season? And I'm just scared at these comments, man. Not even saying they're wrong. They're more just like eye-opening of, God, is he even going to come back?
And if there's even a slight setback, you're fucked.
Or if they're just out of it, you're not going to there's no reason to bring them back.
They're going to be in it.
Sure, they should, but they'd be more in it if he was playing. And I'm not blaming him at all, but he's that good.
They'd be like super in it.
But
would they be first in the division? They might be first in the division.
They definitely could be. And that's another point to take away from this weekend. My Clark's Ketchup MVP, Randy Arozarena, for hitting 3 home runs and 2 wins over the Yankees. People think I'm kidding, but we only lost 1 game trailing the Yankees, even though we got swept for a second in the division. They had a terrible weekend.
I believe lost no ground on the Twins.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think they lost 3 in a row as well.
So it's like you can look
Royals
at the Royals.
Gotta relax.
You can look at the Royals.
Well, they beat the White Sox. That doesn't count.
But it's like, yeah, if you look ahead of us, no ground was gained by the team we're chasing, which is the Yankees.
That's what was, that, and also just chasing that 4-5 matchup. Because if we go to the Bronx, I actually feel very good about that.
Smash.
Red Sox and the Yankees. The Yankees suck.
Yes.
But yeah, that's why the Sunday game, when Duran starts with that homer, it's like, oh, okay. Because the Sox have been the 5 seed. If they just won the finale, they didn't even, like, that would have included the, blowing the first 2 games. You still would have been tied for the Twins for the 5. The Twins are playing terrible ball the last couple weeks.
Did you know that does everyone else know who's playing third base for the Twins right now? Because it shocked me when I saw it the other day.
Who is
former Red Sox?
Adrian Beltre?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not a third baseman.
Dude, it literally shocked me. This guy's going into the Hall of Fame, but he's still playing for the Twins.
He's playing for the Twins right now.
Christian Vasquez is playing third for the Twins.
I'm sorry?
What?
Yeah.
Every day?
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it the other day.
What?
Royce Lewis is out. Correa's out. They're like, wow, listen, we got to have someone over there.
I got to say, I'm sorry as a response to like come again is super underrated. I think it needs to be used. I'm sorry?
Beg pardon?
Super annoying, by the way, that the Royals just won't go away. Like they swept. We got swept and they swept. Like that's
first career just complete game. Just had to dial that one up real quick.
Dude, they're doing the mosquito thing. Like you think you got rid of them. Oh, he's fucking.
Also a team that was willing to add when got Hunter Harvey, trying to do something. Hasn't worked out great so far, but
too.
I know, like surprisingly.
Kind of fucked the rest of the market with that move.
Seriously, I was like, Jesus, man. Do you know who Hunter Harvey is?
But
yeah, 9 innings for Vasquez at third base. Jesus.
To Tyler's point about people starting to turn on Casas, which people have always been hot and cold on him. Not us, obviously, but I'd say the majority of the fan base, when he's drawing walks instead of hitting homers, it's like, well, this guy needs to swing the fucking bat. Like idiots, the morons of our group of fans that root for the same team as us. When it came out the other night that someone else was saying they're trying to come back this season, people were like, I wish Casas was more like this guy. And I almost shot my computer with a gun. I couldn't believe what I was reading.
That would have been a wild move. Just saying.
Yeah. I didn't see any of that discourse. I didn't see any of the Casas should be more like Trevor Story conversation.
I'm not saying there was a lot of people. I just saw one reply to the Castillo tweet where Trevor Story was like, I can't wait to come back. And the Red Sox were like, we're going to lose the rest of the year. So you don't.
They all agreed to tank this season.
I mean, they went 0-3 since he said that. I'm just saying.
It's true. It is true.
It just feels like, considering his age, where he's at, the money they have invested in him, is that really the move? Like, let's just get back at it in 2025 and we'll try to rebuild this entire career from there. Like throwing him in the middle of a playoff race, like we saw it like last year in 2023, like what it looked like throwing that guy into the fucking water and hoping for the best. He was the worst hitter in baseball. Like this feels like even more extreme than that.
I even saw a couple people saying like he probably won't even be able to play the field. So it would just be his bat, which no thanks.
We don't need that.
That's what the Red Sox told him last year. He was like, I'll DH. I'll get back in there. They're like, we're good, buddy.
Sure, pal.
Take your time on that rehab assignment. And I like Trevor Story, but man.
It sucks. That's what I was going to say. It sucks because we like him, but it's like, did anyone need these comments really? Like, not just
trying to fire up the boys.
Rolling. Yeah, clearly it didn't work.
Everyone was like, pass.
Immediately just lose the rest of the games of the season. Everyone's like, yuck. We don't need you.
He did kind of show up in the club. I was like, I have an announcement. And everyone was like, what?
Lifted his leg and let out the wettest fart you've ever heard. Yuck, dude. Get away from me.
I feel bad.
Hey, again, super nice guy.
Super nice guy.
Rooting for
I
him.
love Trevor Story. I love Trevor Story.
He's great, but
when
he's not coming back.
Don't have a spot for him right now.
Just don't have a spot at any point.
Listening to the prospects guys, and not other people who have been like, you got to trade the top prospects now because we have a lot of outfield prospects. When you look forward to next year, they're probably going to have to trade Weissert. I'm not going to say Duran.
No.
I know how they're going to have to trade one of the outfielders, and it's not going to be Rafaela. Because you have Anthony coming up like next year.
It might. Weissert would probably be the most probable.
Weissert seems like you're not going to trade Rafaela because he can play 5 positions and he doesn't throw it into the stands every time he gets a ground ball hit to him. I love Weissert. Duran is an option too. I just don't think that's the way they're going to go here. Right.
Yeah,
it may be
too good.
even the most logical, but I don't think that's the way they're going to go. And I'm not saying they should. You start looking at the infield as well. You're also bringing up infielders. Does Trevor Story have a place on this team, like anywhere?
That's where like the David Hamilton stuff and like him, Vaughn Grissom, like all these guys trying to factor everybody
I like Vaughn
in
Grissom too, but Trevor Story is still ahead of Vaughn Grissom, respectfully.
Oh, yes, for now. But like, hey, if Vaughn Grissom, who started his rehab assignment, comes up and he gives you anything, like it's just another body in this equation that you're trying to figure it out for. And he is a Breslow guy, which factors in. But, you know, like Nick York sitting there in AAA, what the hell are you going to do with him at the deadline? But then you start walking down and it's like, well, hey, do you say Marcelo Meyer? Let's go play third base. You know, we'll keep Trevor Story at short if you feel like that's a value, or you flip him however you want to have the conversation and you tell Devers to go DH. But while the metrics don't love Devers this year, you know, you could say, well, hey, this is the pathway to getting him off his feet more. So there's going to be uncomfortable moves. That's why the Duran, Weissert, Abreu conversation.
All the people
like,
that
I
I
wrote about that
don't
months
want to
ago.
come back are coming back, and all the one guy I want to come back, he ain't coming back.
He's just not.
Like Coley said all that.
His
I don't
career
want to
might
have
be
to
over.
worry about where to fit these other guys that I know are not going to contribute in any positive way. Like I don't need to like shuffle the deck and inconvenience my life for this, or I can be like, hey, Tristan Casas is back. Like, let's fucking go. Like, this is like a huge
For sure.
boost for this team, and that's the one name where we're not getting like positive updates. Like, yeah, rehab assignment, here he comes. It's just like, no, it's actually going to be a longer wait than you thought. Like a way longer wait than you thought.
Yeah, remember when Trevor Story's arm fell off? He's closer.
Yeah. when you're doing the shuffle game for the guy that like there's a not huge chance he's gonna matter a lot for the rest of the contract, it sucks.
We didn't even mention Christian
Just
Campbell.
bring back the MVP candidate. That'd be fun.
I mean, he's a new trend.
It's in 400 at
some.
double A right now.
For some.
Yeah, Coley's spitting though. He's right.
As
He's
in,
gonna probably
like, this
easily
year.
be top 70 soon.
Yeah, I'm just saying like this year.
No, for some.
Sox.
Some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, which is where the Red Sox are about to go. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. I've had Blue Moon at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Tastes amazing. Tastes amazing anywhere you go. But specifically, if you can have a Blue Moon at Coors Field, you're listening to this right now and you're traveling to Denver so you can go see the Sox this week, try a Blue Moon in Denver, Colorado, because they blew the motherfucker right there. Did I say blue? I said brew. They brew it right there.
I'm like, what did they do?
They blew it right there. They brew it right there. Some of it inside the brewery at Coors Field. They also have another brewery close by. You can actually go there, check it out. They've got it's kind of like a bar restaurant, but the brewery is connected to it. Or again, you can just go to Coors Field. So if you're going to check out the Sox in Denver, Blue Moon is the only choice for you. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a Blue Moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. T-Dog, I'm going to give you a second here because you wrote a piece for 98.5 thesportshub.com talking about trade targets. And just give a little teaser. If people were to head on over to the website right now, check out your piece, what are some of the names that you're throwing out there in terms of the trade deadline for the Sox?
So it's a mixture of some things. And like you said, I don't want to reveal them all, but we got old friends. We'll call them the native all these other worlds. We have some multi-year pieces that might make sense. The Andy Ibanez that you can plug and play if they don't want someone who's going to be playing only first base, like a Justin Turner or something like that. And then you got starting pitching options, whether it's the Yusei Kikuchi, Eric Fetty, which we've talked about on this podcast a couple times. I don't want to spoil any others. Yeah, we've talked to Eric Fetty on here, have we not?
Yeah,
Coley's talked about
me
it.
and Tyler have.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've spoken.
That's a we.
Yeah, he's a Coley pick.
I would like to throw my hand in that ring as well. I've talked a lot to Eric Fetty.
I'll remove your hand.
Fucking spare me, please. But I will say Lou Merloni's favorite possible acquisition for the rotation is inside of here. I don't want to spoil it, so please go give it a read.
Wow. High praise. High praise. Did you cite Lou Merloni in this?
No, not specifically. He wasn't the one who invented him. He didn't invent this pick, but he has really campaigned for him on Twitter. Are you serious? It's not even a rare name.
Where's your journalistic integrity?
Oh, spare me. Lou's not the first person who brought this man to the forefront in trade conversations.
Why'd you cite him now? Why'd you cite him now?
Because everyone loves Lou. Everyone loves Lou.
Citing.
Oh, so you're pandering.
I just look at it and people say
You're
Lou's
clickbaiting.
kind of the best Red Sox
You're
mind.
using Lou Merloni's
I didn't even
sex
use
appeal. You're using Lou Merloni's sex appeal for clicks is what you're doing.
Yes, that is what I'm doing, actually.
Disgusting.
I will double down on that.
I can't stand for that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this guy,
I didn't think he was getting that
this
one.
guy, he texts me for an hour about Randy Arozarena. Doesn't even put him in the fucking article. Doesn't even
Wow.
put him in there.
Wow. Wait, so Tyler, you texted Coley for trade deadline candidate suggestions. Did you text anyone else? You text Steve? Did you text Jake? Did you text me about that? You only texted Coley? You only texted Coley? What's up?
I texted Coley. This is probably 2 weeks ago, Coley.
I
That
think it
feel
was
right?
last
Maybe
week.
a week ago.
Yeah, I think it was last
Uh,
week.
Oh, well, we were literally living together for a week last week, but go ahead.
That's true. So it was definitely before that. Coley had been
Mm-hmm.
campaigning for Randy Arozarena. Personally, I didn't really see the outfield fit. So
Yeah.
I wanted to hear his pathway to doing that. I was curious.
I mean, there's a DH spot.
There is, depending on how they want to kind of facilitate it with the platoon.
We know they hate Yoshida, so it's not an issue. We know that.
Hate.
At that point, you're telling them not to play at all, though.
They've done that this year.
Yeah. And he actually loves that.
Yeah, he's fine with it. He's gonna love Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mountains. Oof.
It's beautiful. The sights are breathtaking.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm. But
I love Denver.
there's another name that wasn't in there that I was watching yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That I know pitches well in the AL East when healthy. It is a rental. I would call the Mets and see, because they're in the same spot as us, so who knows what they're going to do. And it came out today, I think, that they're going to try and buy and sell. I would see what Severino's price is.
So I don't hate the Luis Severino stuff, especially considering his comments over the last couple of days. Like there's a little
Hilarious.
edge to him, saying the Yankees only have 2 hitters. The concern for me was Severino, and I'm not completely out on him. He threw 89 innings last year, 102 the year before. He's already at 115 this year. So if you're looking for someone who's going to be able to carry a workload down the stretch, would he be my pick? I'd be a little nervous. I also don't think he's as good as that ERA.
How many-
It's a 4.26 FIP.
How many innings did Eric Fetty throw last year?
180 in the KBO.
Yeah, so 0.
Stop it. That's unfair.
That's completely fair.
We're not going to count innings pitched in another country.
Correct.
180 and 1/3.
Smaller ball.
That's wrong.
Smaller
That is
ball.
wrong.
Jared.
Kind of what we talked about earlier with Kenley Jansen having a mental thing for the Dodgers. I feel like Severino has a mental thing for the Yankees. I don't know if you recall, but during his introductory press conference with the Mets, he said very excited to join the Yankees and then corrected himself. Like
tough.
he wishes he was still a Yankee is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know that I want that on my team.
I don't know. I think
You know I'm right.
he's still playing
Oh, you
in
know
New
I'm right.
York. I think that's an easy thing to mix up.
It's because when you start your sentence with I have so much pride and joy to put on this jersey and I'm very excited to play for blank, your brain is like the Yankees.
Yeah,
Like, we love
never
the
Mets.
Yankees.
No one would ever say that about the Mets.
Right. So
But
that maybe that's changed. I don't know.
did you hear
But
what he was shitting on Nestor
yeah.
Cortez.
as he should.
I will say Severino is someone like you hook him up with Andrew Bailey. I'd be curious what that looks like. Like how much can you unlock him to get back to where he once was? You're never going to get all the way there, but you know, maybe he's actually closer to what that ERA is right now.
Yeah.
Is he even 30 yet?
Maybe
He's
yeah,
30.
he just turned 30.
Yeah.
I like Severino. I was a big fan of Severino when he was with the Yankees.
Yeah.
In 18 and 19.
Another guy Pedro said was Pedro.
yeah.
Pedro
One
would
of
be
30.
thrilled. Him and Denilson
You
Lamet.
Dominican, you righty, you Pedro.
Yeah.
I gotta say, he better than me. He way better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro. That's pretty much just how he operates.
He's
If
the-
you are
You would think
right-handed
he
and
sucks for the amount of guys that say way better than him. You'd think like, was this guy just like a average 4 starter or something?
He's like the
Giordano Ventura, Pedro.
I'd agree with him there.
You'd think he was Ramon.
I will say if you're willing to take on Jamison Tyon's money, there's no reason you shouldn't consider taking on Chris Bassett's money.
I would much rather have Chris Bassett. than
I agree.
Jameson Taillon.
Like if you're trying to get, he would be perfect. He's exactly what you need in terms of that like number 3 workhorse.
If
Come
Chris
be John
Bassett
Lack.
became a Boston Red Sox, I would be ecstatic. I would be like, that is exactly what we needed to. He's got the mental makeup, whereas I don't think Tyon does. Bassett's a dog. Tyon's a puppy.
You never have to worry about innings. 200, 181, 157 the last 3 years before this.
Could Tyon be? Because I remember when he left and got that contract with the Cubs, Stats immediately tweeted out like he had the exact same peripherals as Rich Hill, who was 97 years old at the time, like the exact same pitcher. Could Tyon be a Sonny Gray type, who we saw him just absolutely stink in New York, and then the rest of his career has been a plus starter, like a number 2.
Last year he sucked.
Yeah, last year
He
was
blew
bad
last
for
year.
sure. Last year was bad, but this year he's been shockingly good.
Yeah, 3.10 ERA, 381 FIP. The K per 9's 7.2 right now.
Sure.
though. That would be the second lowest mark of his entire career, but he doesn't walk anybody.
Chris Bassett.
I would prefer Bassett as well.
Steve?
Yes, as well. Mhm. I like
Okay.
the puppy dog line.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Jameson Tyon gave me and Dallas a tour of the Pirates facility in spring training 2019. And we were all buddy. He was just like texting me about his like coffee that he does and all that. The second I started making fun of Garrett Cole when he was a Yankee, unfollow. I was like, all right, fuck you and your coffee. man. I don't want you on my
I
team.
figured there might be some personal
Of course.
thing behind the puppy line. I was
Mhm.
like, there might be something here.
Yep.
He's making real money. It's $18 million for the next 2 seasons on top of
Imagine
that.
if they were giving him fake money this whole time, and
Yeah,
he
real
just
money.
didn't even. He's getting real money.
Mhm.
I hate your barometer for an expensive player. Absolutely hate it.
Me?
Yeah.
It's not that. I don't look at
Yeah.
18 million as the end of the world. Jameson Tyon, I'm like, all right, like, 3-ish starter. I just rather pay like 22 million for Bassett. Would you prefer Tyon at 18 or Bassett at 22?
Bassett at 22. I wouldn't even think twice
Bassett.
about it.
That's it. That's the only thing. I don't think Tyon, like, if they traded for him tomorrow, I'd be like, all right, that's a fine move. Like, that's good. I'll take a controllable arm. You need a number 3, 4 starter for the next couple of years.
Hey, Jared,
Steve.
it's like a basset hound.
Oh, like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
What do dogs sound like?
Arf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Verdugo guy knowing what a dog sounds like.
He got tossed today, right?
I don't know.
It's going so bad for Verdugo. It's going really, really
Very
bad.
funny.
Jerry,
Side question, complete topic change. Did any of you guys get one of the Section 10 baseball is dead things that were at the home run derby? Did any of you guys take one of those home?
didn't have space in the bag.
No,
Wasn't
You
there.
just fold it up. Tyler?
I got nothing.
Jake?
I got one, yeah.
You did get one?
There you go.
Yep.
I hung, it fits perfect. It literally takes up the whole wall right here to my left. So I got in touch with the great folks at Underdog and I bought a podium, and Underdog made a graphic, like an Underdog logo to go on the front of the podium. And I've got the mics that we used at in Dallas for the vlog. And now anytime I do a State of the Nation video, I'm going to be able to use Section 10 behind me as a backdrop, or if it's a baseball related topic, I get the baseball's dead. It's huge. They're just huge, massive logos, and it looks really cool in the studio. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm
Good
very
stuff.
excited about that.
Yeah, the decor for the Derby was incredible, especially Coley's head.
Yeah, Coley, do you have any comment on that about your head being involved?
Yo, Tyler, what the hell?
What the fuck, dude?
Oh my God. What did you do?
There was
He
a
sat
really
on it.
bad incident.
What?
Did you sit on it?
No, I didn't. I dropped.
You
I
should
was-
feel awful about this.
I
It's
do.
a custom Section 10 sign
know.
that Tyler sat on.
I didn't sit on it. Stop
What
spreading
happened
that
to
rumor.
it? You did something. You did
No.
something.
So I was going down the stairs with it, and I fell, and I was trying to like get my feet, and I stepped on
so
it.
much.
I fall down my stairs all the time, and I stepped on it, and it went right in half because I'm a fucking fat ass, and I'm really upset. I'm sorry, Matt. I was gonna reach out and pay for a new one, but I did want to address it here because this felt like the place to do it. Like, how does
That
it?
was the one good thing about your backdrop, and you sat on it.
Do you think I should glue it, or would that look bad?
It's better than not gluing it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
good.
I'm so sorry, Matt. I love this thing, and I'm
Tyler,
a fucking
you're so
idiot.
cool.
What
Clumsy,
what
dude.
day
You
did this
can't-
happen?
God.
2 days ago?
So Friday.
Yeah.
So they haven't won since you did this, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
We're not going to start that, but that would.
I'm
we just did.
just asking questions. That's all I'm doing.
Sam fucking tripped me as I was going down the stairs because she's all in my legs. She's all like swerving in between. And then it got stuck right at the bottom and I stepped and it broke.
There you go, Matt. I didn't break my Eddie's goat milk. Wait, why were you carrying this with you anywhere?
My uncle was over and I wanted to show it to him. And then I had to walk into the kitchen with it fucking snapped in half like a fool. Uncle Robbie, I love you. Listens to every episode.
Does he like the show?
Oh, he loves it. He actually thinks you guys need to treat me worse.
Agreed.
Shout out to Uncle Robbie.
You suck, Tyler.
I know.
You know what? Uncle Robbie kind of reminds me of
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
more like
Dahlbeck's my
Daddy
uncle.
Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They both hate Tyler, it sounds like.
Boom sauce.
Matt, I'll be reaching out with money in compensation.
You could definitely get wood glue. No,
You think that would work? You think that's a good idea?
You can glue it.
it's a
glue
clean
it. You
break. It's a clean break.
Yeah.
He can't use clamps.
No, yeah, I don't have any faith in you being able to do it, but it is possible.
For sure possible.
Mhm.
I took a class called woodworking when I was in 6th grade at South Middle
Little
School.
class. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called woodworking.
I can work this wood.
Shout out Miss
Yeah.
Cully.
Yeah, there's a class where you can work with wood, and
They teach you how to glue wood together.
in Brockton, it was called woodworking. Not sure what it's called up by you, but
I came in 3rd place in the birdhouse competition for your information. So yeah, I know I know how to work some wood.
I took a birdhouse building class at Home Depot when I was a kid. You just went on there on like a Saturday morning, did it.
First Saturday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the house?
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that was probably like 7 or 8 when I did that. That's crazy. That's still they're still doing it at Home Depot. Tyler?
I also took a knitting class when I was in 3rd grade as well, like for an after-school program.
Relevance.
We're not talking about classes.
They try to knit the wood back together. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking wood. The boys are talking wood. We don't talk knitting. We don't do knitting. We don't do fabric. This is strictly wood. Strictly wood. You know what I mean? Told
That
my
was right
girlfriend,
after my
don't worry,
scrapbooking class.
I won't be late to bed tonight. The Red Sox got swept. They didn't win a game.
It doesn't. I've realized it doesn't matter anymore what
like-
happens.
I was like, we're not gonna have Clark's catch up, and they didn't win a game. It's the first time they've gotten swept since like April. So like this will be easy,
Royal
like
Series.
1 hour, 1:15. What's the runtime right now, Jake?
2:11.
2:11. All right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I was gonna leave the Foo Fighters 45 minutes early, I'm getting my money's worth. You know.
Yeah.
You got something to do in the morning, Steve?
No.
What
I
time
mean,
do you start?
we have similar situations of telling the girlfriend, like, hey, it's not going to be that late. They got swept.
Mm-hmm.
And,
What time does your girlfriend go to sleep?
oh, she likes going to bed around 11:30 midnight.
But she's not waiting up for you.
No.
Is she?
Nice.
No, she doesn't do that every time.
But sometimes.
Sometimes.
When she wants that Stevie P, am I right? Am I right?
Oh.
You know, am I right, Steve?
I was like, what is he reaching for? What sound goes for this?
Am I right? That's what she
So
was
much
waiting up
worse.
for. She was waiting up.
I'll take this. I'll definitely take this.
There's a lot of sounds on that board.
She's like, I got the Stevie P guarantee tonight. That's why I didn't go to bed at 11:30. I've been waiting up. Some of that.
You want to talk wood, Jerry?
Oh!
Boom sauce.
101, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. When are you gonna move in with Martha? Coley.
Me?
Yeah. We've been talking about some ideas. Nothing tentative yet, but
Yeah. The fact that I knew he was gonna say me is just. Do we know
Me?
T-Dog or do we know? Yeah. Who the fuck else, Tyler? Come on.
2027 or 2026.
What?
That's the plan.
2027?
How long you
Or
guys been together?
2026, 8
They've
years.
been
Or
together
coming
for
up
like
on 8 years.
9
8 years?
Yeah.
And you're already like, yeah, in 3
Yeah.
years. By year 11,
What's
we'll move in together.
what is the rush, T-Dog? Slow down.
Financially,
Yeah.
I need to be in a position
Slow
where I
down,
can succeed.
my friend.
Dude, 2030, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Minimum.
If financially I'm in a better place by 2025, the door could open as soon as
Just
then.
sell drugs,
Yeah, dude.
Tyler. It's not that hard.
It's hard in Brockton to sell drugs. We have a very active market down here.
Right.
Become
Now,
the
like,
guy.
the fact that she wants to move in 2027, I'd be kind of like, oh, like, so you only want to be with me because of my come up? Like, you're just rushing into
Yeah,
it now
that's-
because you want to lock down the lottery ticket? Is that what this is about?
Oh, no. It's all being smart and responsible financially.
it's all love.
I'm taking a
It's all
hole here
love,
and I can
Martha.
feel the hole getting deeper.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys want to move in with me?
Right now?
Next
J-Dog,
week.
you said I always have a room.
You do.
It was immediately
Until you
amended.
don't.
Coley,
Yeah.
don't bring that part up. He was like, unless Coley needs a room, then you have nowhere to go.
Well, yeah. Yeah. It's the Coley room. But it's like, yeah, it's like the presidential suite. Like non-presidents can stay there, but it is the presidential suite, you know.
You lived with me for a few days. Am I a lot to deal with?
Yes.
I'm low
Oh.
maintenance.
That was the opposite.
You were dying.
Yeah, you needed to be taken care of like you were a little baby boy.
I mean, you weren't being a bad person, but like bad things were happening.
Yeah. You were causing me infinite amounts of stress. I was like, I can't get sick because I need to work and provide for my family.
As you told me, I get paid by appearance as I was on my deathbed.
Yeah, I was like, he fucking wanted to play catch and he threw a ball at me and I just let it hit me. I was like, I'm not touching that. Like you're costing me money by getting me sick.
Credit to Steve. He was hesitant at first, but at some point he just gave up. And he was like, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's sick, but I'm going to be next to Tyler and not make him feel unwanted.
Early on, I was like, let's try to keep our distance. And then we were in Ubers together, and we might as well have been like making
were
out.
kissing.
I mean,
We were
it's-
making
those
out. Totally.
Ubers are so tight.
The number
We
of
were
Ubers,
making out, yeah.
Once Tyler got sick, the number of Ubers that I got in with him was 0.
And there were a couple that were ordered that you were supposed to be in the same one. You immediately turned around. I'm not doing that. I'm going
Yeah, I
back
was
in.
like, I'll wait for the next one. My ride to the airport, we got like 2 like XL cars and they all crammed in the Tyler one and I got in one by myself. And then Eamon had to get out of his and like come into the one that I was in. He's like, I don't want him to go alone. I was like, yeah, trust me. It's fine by me. I just didn't want to be there with Tyler. Well, actually, no, Tyler wasn't even there for that. I stand corrected. Tyler was already gone because he left early. But yeah, anytime that there was a 2 Uber situation, I was like, if he's in the truck, I'm in the Uber. If he's in the Uber, I'm in the truck.
Tyler, we had some good times. We had some good talks. We were making out for half of it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Steve gave me some great advice. It was nice to know Steve's journey through his eyes.
What was his advice?
Just over
Oh,
the
you can't say
years,
that
like,
here.
yeah, I can't
Can't
speak
say
about
that.
it. It was very personal.
Yeah, no. I want to hear the advice. Because
So
hey,
exaggerated.
Tyler, you never know who it could help, right?
I can't give advice if Steve doesn't give me the green light to do so, though. It is his advice to sell. But if Steve's going to
Tyler.
start a class like Chris Cotillo,
Oh, I would not do that. I would not spam the feed like that.
That's called
That's
harassment.
I think Katillo thinks I'm kidding. It's the most annoying thing on Twitter. I don't want to mute him because he gets occasionally some big stories. But I want to mute these stupid ass classes.
Can
How
you
are
mute
there
the-
still?
Can you mute a phrase? or
I don't
something
know
that
how
you
to
use?
do that. I
It's
don't know how to
literally in
do
the
it.
mutes. You just go to like settings, privacy, mute phrases, and then mute like workshop or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'll look into that. But yeah, no, it's just I'm just saying we had Tyler and I had some good chats. And
Yeah, I want to hear about this advice though.
it was more from Steve of, I was speaking about him, at my age, 26, and where Steve was at when he was 26 and how he kind of grew into the personality he is today. that's great on camera and can really like play up that entire role. I
He's
felt like
fine.
that was something I was trying to get better at while we were on the trip.
You say he's fine. I knew.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
knew if Tyler
Steve.
said a
I'm
compliment,
sorry.
Jared was
Never.
not going to be like, yes, I fully agree with what you're saying. I think Steve's great.
Steve's great.
Thank you.
He was coaching me up a bit.
What are you going to change now that you've been given this life-changing advice? What are you going to
Oh.
change?
It was a
I think I just need to
masterclass
be
in
more
Uber.
charismatic and more when the camera's going, you know? Like more just
Not sure I said that.
Don't make that sound. I don't even
I
know
did
what
not-
that means.
I don't
Like,
know. I didn't say that.
If it's your advice, Steve, what is like, if Tyler interpreted it as I need to be more, like what do you think? What did you say that made him think
No,
that was,
he might have taken the don't worry that like the camera's rolling or anything's rolling. Just be as authentic as you can be, and that turned into I need to be and like doing all
Yeah.
this. I
You
didn't
do
say
do
that.
that.
yeah, I feel like you wouldn't say something like that.
That's how I
Um,
lead when Eamon starts rolling. I'm just like, ooh,
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. So.
Coley, because you weren't there, obviously, what advice do you have for Tyler?
I mean, number one, like definitely stop killing dogs. Like we see,
Yeah.
Michael Vick was on top of the world, started killing dogs.
Mhm.
It all just fell apart. So you gotta
Unraveled, yeah.
not do that. I'd put that.
No,
pretty
he's
close to the
he's
top.
giving you advice, but I don't know
I know,
why
you
you're-
gotta listen.
yeah.
Get what?
This is honestly like this is my advice to you. When people are trying to give advice to you, shut the fuck up and let them talk. Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Coley.
No, whatever he has to say is probably more important. So Tyler, go for it.
No, you go. You go. In the middle of Coley's advice, who's like literally one of the most successful media personalities that I've ever met in my entire life. You were interrupting him in front of his first piece of advice to you. Go ahead.
I will
it's
say
got to be something super important. Go ahead.
James Stewart recently told me his advice was also to shut the fuck up. Secondly,
You're doing a great job.
Yep. I'm stepping on that one a little here. Secondly,
Mhm.
you said don't kill dogs. Does that mean all animals or just specifically
Dogs.
canines?
Yeah. People don't really care about like cats as
Continue,
You
Coley.
can kill one cat 8 times. It's fine.
much. Mhm. Yeah, they're still alive after that.
Dogs, one shot.
Yeah. You have any other advice, Coley?
I don't know. He's still like I've given him advice also as well. He's asked me.
Mhm.
This guy's just an advice whore. So
Mhm.
maybe when you find some advice, start using it. Don't just keep asking for more advice.
Yeah.
That's
Have
good
I given you advice, Tyler?
Oh yeah, you've been giving me advice for years.
Mm-hmm.
But I do look at Coley and Steve as big brother resources, so I like to pull what I can.
What am I?
Oldest brother.
Hmm.
He is old.
Did that sound good?
I mean, I feel like the oldest brother probably has the best advice to give because he's been around longer. But I mean,
The worst in
Coley to
folks.
me, like Coley is younger than me by 5 months.
Yeah.
But he feels older than me because he's lived more life than me, I feel.
In certain areas, sure.
Yeah. Jake, do you have any advice for Tyler?
I'm getting a lot from this right now.
Hmm.
He's thinking.
I ask Jake for advice sometimes too.
All right, well, he's about to give you some more. He's just thinking right now.
I have advice.
Oh, yeah,
Go.
please.
I mean, I would start by not ordering McDonald's every 20 minutes.
That helps.
All right.
Boom
That was
sauce.
a low blow.
It's kind of
It was-
true. I mean, we saw you order McDonald's every day. Like,
It
you
was
did
all
do
I
that.
ate those days.
Okay.
Yeah, the delivery guy was like, Tito,
Yeah,
jack
my
me out the
food.
door.
I
Yeah, you
legit
did.
got my meal, and Jared was mad that I had not ordered more nuggets. So I think that should speak to how good my portion control was.
I didn't want to cut into your 30 piece. That makes you
It was a
better person
10
than me.
piece. Let's not start the 30 piece. Remember, McDonald's should consider that, though.
These vicious, nasty
It's not that-
rumors, please.
Yeah, don't get that swirling around.
These nasty rumors about me. I did not order a 30-piece nugget. The internet won't be able to live that one down, I feel like. You've been great with your day. You look a lot of compliments about your physical appearance. A lot of compliments. Good. You should feel good. You look good. You look better.
I'm mad. I want to post a shirtless pic, but the Red Sox have not been hitting triples lately.
Not a lot of trips, dude.
Yeah.
Red Sox lose 9-6.
Red Sox lose 9-6. They almost won. They almost won every game. But
they almost won, but they lost. The story of all 3 games.
They lose the they had the bases loaded there in a 4-run game in the 9th, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, they pretty much won that one.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Sweep.
12 and
Sox
17
sweep.
against left-handed starters.
12
and 17 against left-handed starters.
12.
Okay. Well, if you want to go to these games against the Rockies, Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace in Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Steve, are you going on Friday or no?
Definitely, yeah.
Did you already apply?
Mm-hmm.
Is Eamon going with you?
Mm-hmm.
You guys
going
doing
with
any?
me. You're going with me, I believe. Are you not? I applied for you.
Did you really?
And Jake.
And Jake too?
Mm-hmm.
Did Jake know about that?
I think he just found out.
Jake,
Guess
you going
I'm
to the game
going-
on Friday?
Yeah, I'm going Friday.
I mean, I was telling everyone there tonight. I was like, I'll see you on Friday. I didn't fucking know. I didn't know that you applied for me, but I guess I was gonna. I don't know what fucking day is it today? Today's Sunday. Yeah,
I've lost track.
Monday.
Who we playing the Yankees on Friday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fuck, we just played them.
That's fair.
Well,
Tyler, are you in the system? Is Tyler in the system? I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
are you sure?
We got-
Didn't we apply for?
I
Opening
searched.
day?
I didn't find him. But
Was
we can
Savannah
look into that.
Bananas all put that together? Would
The
that
Bananas
be
was
included?
separate. That's
No, it was a separate thing, yeah.
Bananas not a Major League Baseball team. As far
I'm
as
cool.
We'll figure that out, Tyler.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yet. Yeah, we'll figure that out. I mean, not that you would come anyway.
I do work Friday night.
Okay, so we will not figure that out then.
See?
I have the baseball
It's
hour. I do
figured.
it 6 to 7.
Oh, it's not your fault. We're just not looking into it. After
It's
hearing
kinda
that
his
info,
fault. It's
we're
kind of
not
his
gonna look
fault.
into it.
It's
Figure
kind
it
of his
out.
fault.
He's a hard-working gent.
Yeah, but the baseball hour is Monday through Friday. If I have shit to do on Wednesday, I've only done it one time this year, but twice this year. When I was at the Combine and when I was in Texas, I do baseball hour on Wednesdays and I moved it to a Thursday.
You're Jared Carabas.
Carabas.
I mean, people do say it like that.
You do not have a hard enough last name for it to be so constantly butchered.
Well, so my theory before was like, if you didn't know how to say my name, that you didn't listen to the podcast, but Tyler's literally on the podcast. So it's not true always. Sometimes it's just hard for people to say.
Jared Carabas.
Carabas.
You like that?
But like, I literally have friends from like my hometown that I've grown up with that say Carabas. And it's like, it's both.
Yeah.
If someone says Carabas, then I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like you,
Yeah, someone used to say that a lot.
fucking Portnoy puppet. Like that you just don't, like you just listen to this one dude say it wrong for 20 years and you think that that's how it's said. That means you've never consumed any of my content ever. So no, thank you. I'll not be responding to
That
you.
Cleveland video was funny, though, where you just corrected it like, I don't know, 30 times.
That was also 2016 at this point. And everyone that he didn't know how to pronounce their name, he eventually, like, he called Coley Cooley. He called Feidelberg. Like, he eventually got it right. He never got it right with me. He said my name right one time, and it was when Dombrowski was coming at me for having I was right, the correct report about the coaches approaching Craig Kimbrell in 2017, I believe it was. And Dave made a video in the pool being like, my guy Carabas, he knows everything and blah, 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 blah. But he said it right that one time. That was the only time. It was in a beef with Dave Dombrowski. This is an ad read, right? Yes. Save up to 60% off by buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. They've got flash deals where you can save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. They've got zone deals where you can save even more when you choose a section you like. Game Time choose the seats for you. They've got all-in pricing. You toggle that feature, and it'll show you your total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. I'm very excited for this podium to show up, Coley. I don't know. It's actually, you know what? Since we're on the topic of like podcasts and decorations, this studio that we're working on out here, like this one that I'm in right now is kind of like the solo studio. But once we finish the studio out here, I kind of found out like kind of where I want to go with decoration. They've got like the Fenway Park green paint. Like I'm gonna like paint the Fenway Park green out there. I've got the retired numbers. I've got the Fenway Park sign. I bought the championship flags that go like we can make that like a pretty sick backdrop. They've got the Steve already has the gate D. Like we're gonna get the gate D. We're gonna get the all kinds of different decorations, and we can put that behind what I believe is gonna be a bar. Tyler.
Oh no,
He was trying to do the.
I was pointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's gonna look like a pretty cool custom backdrop when we do in-person podcasting out there once that's all set up.
Very excited.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Should have a pizza party.
That's what
Absolutely.
it's for. That's a pizza bar. It's not an alcoholic drink bar. It's a pizza bar. It's been discussed.
And Blue Moon.
Yeah, we'll have Blue Moon on tap, but also pizza.
Oh, that sounds so good. Blue Moon and pizza.
Blue Moon and pizza is the golden combo. Just like Section 10 and tangerines. Because it's time for the Stop and Shop look ahead. And it's brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop. You use the promo code Section 10, and that'll get you 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Only at Stop and Shop. How has Stop and Shop not put an end to this? Like, can we break
They're
the fourth
going out
wall
of
for
business.
a second? But the it's like, all right, break the fourth wall for a second here. You're an established grocery store chain.
I don't know what you're about to say, but this deal is real. So whatever you're saying is some BS. But I don't know what fucking wall you're talking about. This deal is 100% real. Don't listen to anything else.
The 3-game series against the Colorado Rockies in Denver. Game 1 is Tanner Houck versus Austin Gomber. The Red Sox haven't named a starter for Tuesday. Who's that going to be, Tyler?
Criswell.
So the idea is that Cooper Criswell is either going to start or they'll use him with an opener. They just will see how the bullpen plays out in the first game.
Okay. So, yeah, that'll be a super exciting fucking unobstructed views with a opener. Whatever.
Maybe it's Bernie and Coley gets his wish.
Versus Herman Marquez. And then the series finale. A Wednesday 3:10 start. 3:10 Eastern. Nick Pivetta versus Cal Quantrill, a.k.a. Rafael Devers' son. Okay. Herman Marquez. He's only made one start and he's got a 6.75 ERA. I mean, this is he's thrown 24 innings since the start of 2023. He's recovering from, or is on the mend from DJ surgery in May of 2023. His opening line of 2024 was 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and gave up a home run. This was against the Mets. 4-seamer sat 96 in his debut, which is actually about half a mile per hour higher than it was in his last full season, which was 2022. His knuckle curve, still very good. 71% whiff rate in his first start. Cal Quantrill, 6-7, a 4.15 ERA, a 1.34 whip, and a 6.9 strikeouts per 9. Yeah. As we mentioned, he's got the beef with Devers. His last 4 starts, a 7.36 ERA, a 6.27 FIP, and a 9.64 OPS against. His fastball fucking sucks. It's about 94 miles an hour. Opponents hitting 322 against it with a 5.73 slug. That's 8 home runs. His cutter is even worse somehow. 3.54 average, a 5.83 slug. The Rockies are 10-10 when he pitches and have alternated win-loss over the past 7 starts, which means they are due for an L. It's after 1 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. It's the Rockies. That is Tanner Houck versus Austin Gomber, who is 2-6 with a 4.61 ERA. TBD, we don't know yet, versus Herman Marquez, and Nick Pivetta versus Cal Quantrill. Jake, will you do the honors?
Yeah, I got a sweep here. I think Sox got to mix some more sweeps into the equation. Won a lot of series the last couple of months, not a lot of sweeps. Rockies are a good team to get that done against. Got the Sox in all 3.
Love that. Steven?
Yeah, just wanted to echo what you had said about Coors Field. It is incredible. If you guys are going there, you're going to have a lot of fun. Go up to the rooftop in right field. We were out there for the 21 Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Great views of the mountains, the sun setting. It's incredible. So really cool park. National Ballpark Museum is right across the street. Definitely check that out.
What?
What's up?
The National Ballpark Museum?
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that.
We were there for like an extra day for the 21 All-Star Week, and
why didn't you ask me to come? I was there.
You weren't there anymore. You had flown out.
How do you know?
Well, we stayed for an extra day.
How do you know that? How do you know I wasn't there?
I think you said you were flying back the next morning.
Yeah, I was probably flying back the next morning, but I was there for I was there for enough time. You could ask me to go. I would have went.
Well, we didn't think we had time to go until we had that extra time the last day.
I would have stayed next.
You know how busy those weeks are.
I would have stayed.
Dude, those All-Star weeks when you have credentials, super busy.
Oh yeah. You know what I was thinking though?
What?
Is that if we did have press passes for the All-Star game this year, that it would have been hard anyway because the audio was fucked up on the Derby, so like everyone was kind of scrambling on Tuesday. So like, how would we have gone to the red carpet with our production team scrambling to get the Derby ready?
It would have been tough.
That's the only thing that I miss. Like normally I would go on the field before the home run derby, but we had our home run derby, and then for the All-Star game, I don't remember going on the field before the All-Star game. So like, and then we did red carpet, which we probably would have had to have skipped because of the audio.
In hindsight, yes. Because things
it's a
messed
principle
up,
thing. It's a principle thing, but I don't think we missed much.
Probably not. Well, especially because we had the Derby when the media availability is going on for all those players, which is like my favorite thing of the year. And I'm not upset about missing it. The Rockies have the 3rd worst record in baseball, but they have won 3 out of the last 4 games. As I mentioned earlier, the Sox have only played 4 series ever at Coors Field. They're 5-5 in those 10 games in Denver. Is that including the World
Series?
Not including the World Series. That's just regular season. Rockies have a team ERA of 5.51. That is the worst in all of baseball. Raffy's longest homer ever was 4.67. And I believe that was like 3-4 weeks ago. I think he could top that in Coors Field this week. Rockies 7th best OPS at home this year. Red Sox have the 5th best OPS on the road. I think a lot of runs in this series. And I just can't say sweep. I want to say sweep so bad, but I just can't say it. So I'm going to go Sox 2 out of 3.
Ooh. Call it.
Yeah, I worry this is like a White Sox scenario where they should have dominated a bad team. Ezekiel Tovar scares the shit out of me. The Rockies as an organization kind of disgust me. They should be one of the more fun teams in professional sports. I won't even just say baseball. They should have 9 sluggers in this lineup every single year. They don't. They're usually typically pretty boring and terrible. Rafael Devers' career, 1,500 OPS at Coors Field. Only a 2-game sample size, but that will more than double. I expect him to be taking home some catch-up the next time we're talking. I will go sweep because I don't respect the Rockies, but I don't feel great about it.
Wow. God damn, dude. T-Doc?
Yeah, I was a little nervous with Gomber starting the first game because of how bad the Red Sox have been against lefties so far. But Tanner Houck, fresh off the All-Star break, this is probably, as fresh as you're going to see him for the rest of the year. So this should be kind of a game for him to come out and be that ace. Herman Marquez, it felt like for years he was going to end up in a Red Sox uniform, but Cooper Criswell should be better than he was in his last start against the Royals, even if they use an opener. And honestly, I kind of hope they do. But I do feel like something is going to go wrong with Kenley down. The bullpen's going to get depleted by the end of the series. So I'm probably going to go 2 out of 3 here. I think we have another bullpen meltdown that everyone sits there and says, why the fuck haven't they traded for someone? They need to do something. And I'm somewhat excited to see old friend Jalen Beeks. And sad we won't see Daniel Bard.
Why the fuck isn't he one of the dudes that refused to wear one of the Pride Night patches?
Welcome back.
You're excited to see Jalen Beeks, someone that refused to wear the Pride patch?
I'm not addressing that, but as a former Red Sox prospect.
Tyler, it's Section 10 guys, it's Section 10 girls, and it's Section 10 gays, and it's fuck Jalen Beeks. Sorry.
162 for all of those, by the way.
162. 162. Okay? Jalen Beeks. Jalen Beeks don't support the gays. He's out. See ya. See you later, dickhead. Let me make sure that that's correct.
No, I think you're right now that you said
up.
that. So I'm going to say fuck Jalen Beeks too. I think you're right.
You just never said that. You're like, this guy hates gay people.
Loves his
I just always
5
think of him when he was in the system.
Five Rays pitchers opted out of the Pride jerseys, and Jalen Beeks was one of them.
Fuck Jalen Beeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for Nate Evaldi.
Yeah. Ty, you were pumped to see the guy.
It's just I always remember watching him when he was in the system and they didn't have any pitching prospects. But fuck him.
Yeah. Who's
But fuck him.
Who's the yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the you like Dermody too? What was his name?
Yeah,
What?
Mike
Matt
or Matt
Dermody? No.
Did he ever catch on with another
No.
team? No, there's no way. No way.
That feels like it was like 10 years ago. It was only last year.
It was last year.
He's in Mexico right now.
Him and Bauer.
Steve, what's the weather gonna be like? And I didn't do my prediction.
Oh, yeah. What the hell? What are your
Steve.
predictions, Jared?
Don't bring up Jalen Beeks.
I'm going sweep with Jake.
Nice.
I'm
And
going
Coley.
sweep with Jake.
Yeah, no respect.
And Coley,
Sweet.
yeah.
There you go.
I wasn't done talking.
It
I'm
looked
going-
like you forgot Coley took sweep.
No, I didn't. Coley, do you think I forgot?
Wasn't in the intro last show.
Whoa, that's not true.
Big true.
No, it's not. I
He just flipped the order. He just
yeah,
flipped the
maybe
order
I just did it out of order, dude. I like wait your turn, I guess. The fuck? Like, is it written into the rules that you have to go first every time?
This dude's internet fucking blows this episode.
My internet's
I'm sorry.
fine.
This is crazy.
My internet's fine.
The funny thing is on the YouTube, it's going to look
Perfect.
fine. So
Yeah,
we're just going to
everyone,
laugh.
everyone watching is gonna be like, why are they bullying him? Like,
You
It's
bullied
great.
me last episode for my internet.
your internet was also horrible this episode.
Really?
This is the
Yes.
worst year's been all year, Jared. I just want to say.
I mean, I just have to restart my laptop. It's not.
All right, it's all good.
It's not the internet. It's the laptop, which Jake. I need you to set up my fucking laptop. I have a new laptop that probably won't have issues with this, but it's just Riverside commands a lot of power, and this laptop he's an old dog that needs to get put down. Right, Tyler?
Fuck yeah.
My only advice was to stop killing dogs.
Well, this is a robot dog.
First shot.
I got some weather.
I've been waiting.
All right. Weather look ahead. Brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Jared, get ready. Monday, 8:40 p.m. Eastern. First pitch. Mostly sunny. 76 degrees.
Oh, 76 degrees. It's going to be a perfect day for Red Sox baseball in the series opener against the Colorado Rockies. Dress comfy because at 76 degrees, it don't get more comfortable than that. You're not going to be cold. You're not going to sweat. You're just going to enjoy the fucking game. 76 degrees.
0% chance of rain, 7-mile-an-hour winds Tuesday.
I mean, you want to talk perfect weather, 0% chance of rain. It doesn't get any better than that. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go to the rooftop, right field, have a blue moon, look at those Colorado Rockies. And I'm not talking about the team, talking about the mountains. Tuesday, 8:40 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. Yes, folks, that is the latest remaining start time for the Red Sox season. After that, I believe it goes down to 8:10 as the latest start the rest of the way.
Wait a second.
Yep.
What time is the start time on Tuesday?
8:40.
Fucking hell, dude.
Oh, for views, yeah.
I'm going to be in Watertown until 3:30 in the morning.
You've gotten some tough breaks with the Tuesday games.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
8:40.
My TV show's on too late at night.
I know. I'm on TV late.
I have empathy for you, Jared.
Thank you. I mean,
8:40 start time. Sunny, 82 degrees, 0% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds. Wednesday, 3:10 p.m. First pitch, Tyler. 3:10. It's sunny, 93 degrees, 15% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds, and that will do it for the weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Yeah. That is an awful start time. 8:40.
You got the last late start time of the year. They saved it for you.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
You should call out sick.
I mean, they wouldn't question it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, you've been around Tyler for a week."
We can hang out tomorrow. I'm still sick.
You're still sick? You
Yeah,
definitely
my throat
have
hurts.
the C word. We can't say it, I don't think, on... Doesn't YouTube flag it if you even say the word?
What C word are we talking about?
I mean, I already dropped an actual C word.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like, you got that. I'm like, what?
I said that a couple times. Oh, man. Well, whatever, dude. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm gonna eat so many animal crackers after this.
Have you had the Reese's animal crackers yet?
No, but I
so
did
good.
see them. Yeah. They make Reese's. By the way, Tyler, my throat is a little
That's how
froggy.
it starts.
Mm-hmm. If you got me, I'm Venmo requesting you.
There's a fee?
Yeah, for every, if I have to miss work,
Oh,
whatever
God.
I was gonna get paid for that gig, that's on you. Guy
You know
would
what?
not stay away from me.
I'd give it to you.
Well, you have to. I'm suing you. This is what
You're going to sue me? I can't afford
Yes,
a lawyer, please.
I'm suing you for lost wages. You can just
I'd
pay me what I
represent
would.
myself.
All right, well, you
Can't
do.
imagine how poorly that would go.
put me in a courtroom, I'll cook.
The judge would say you're in contempt and you would yell at Steve, who wouldn't even be there.
Right.
Just start flipping out.
See, like his internet sucks too. I don't know why we're making it a Jared thing.
I've been fine. I'm right here. McDonald's Wi-Fi over here.
It's not the Wi-Fi, it's the laptop. And I resent your tone.
I resent your Wi-Fi.
Final thoughts, Tyler?
Franklin Arias, the hype, been getting real the last week or a couple weeks, I would say.
Yeah,
moved up to number
people won't
14.
Shut the fuck up about
They won't
Franklin.
stop.
See, I know
talking
Coley
about this
hears me.
guy.
Coley
I
hears
do
me.
hear it.
The hype is undeniable right
Just
now.
over and over. I can't stop seeing it.
Up to number 14 in the Sox prospect rankings, number 9 in Baseball America's top 10 rankings of the system. Stats had a great tweet earlier today. I put one out a couple days ago. But over there, they're just getting hyped about the exit velocities and everything they're seeing out of him. But at 18 years old in the FCL, he's hitting 350, 465, 583 with a 1048 OPS, 6 homers, and plays a very smooth shortstop. Feels like a guy that's going to be pushing for some top 100 lists very soon. So add him to the mix of possible, whether you want to talk trade talks or just the system getting better, it's another asset for them.
What was his name again?
Franklin Arias.
Mm-hmm. Coley, final thoughts?
I mean, sticking with the system, Chancell Lee, Stats has also been tweeting about Korean high school pitcher the Red Sox signed last year. I believe he was 17. Just debuted last week, and he throws an easy 95 all in on this kid. Call him up today. And shout out James Wood, hit his second home run today to end that series as the sweep for the Nationals remains Heim's biggest mistake, just not listening to me.
May
You
I
did
add
try
a
to
final
tell him.
thought?
I mean, you already had a final thought, so final means last. So this would make your thought before, not your last thought. So I don't know how that works.
Congrats to David Sandlin on getting promoted to AA, according to his Instagram today.
Yeah, see, I agree with Steve.
He just took mine.
I agree. I agree with Steve that like they should just have like Down on the Farm with Eddie's goat milk, because it's just like it's a prospect segment instead of like a final thought segment every time.
Yeah.
So it should just be like, all right, Down on the Farm with Coley and Tyler, and then you talk about these people that 90% of our listening audience has never heard of before. And then if you want to add a final thought, then you can do that.
Which, by the way, I like learning about.
I'm not talking down on it.
Yeah.
It's just, if your final thought is going to be a prospect thing every time, then we might as well be getting sponsorship money from Eddie's Goat Milk, is what I'm saying.
True. Exactly.
.com.
That was kind of fun. I got no problem with that.
Congrats to David Sandlin, promoted to AA. Dealt with some injuries
Big
earlier in
Sand.
the year. Up and down as well, kind of getting into the system and the new pitching program. But they've been easing him back in 13 2/3 innings since he came off the IL. Dude striking out 16.5 K per 9, 1.3 walk per 9, getting near 100 with the fastball. Arguably, the most exciting healthy arm in the system right now. And now that he's in Portland, another step closer to the big leagues.
Another step closer.
Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanted to check the Red Sox record pace against where the 4, 5, and 6 seeds have ended up in these 2 years of the new format in the American League. The Red Sox record pace right now is 88 and 74. Over those 2 years, the 4 seed has averaged 95 wins, the 5 seed has averaged 90, and the 6 seed has averaged 87 wins. So the Sox are, as you would expect, based on the standings right now, in between that 5 and 6 spot. Versus the averages of the last couple of seasons. So it's a team that you should add on to, a team that's right in the mix, even though technically right now they are outside of a playoff spot. And the other thing I wanted to add is that Twisters was pretty good, and I want Glenn Powell in every movie. I think he's awesome. He seems like a super nice guy, too, which is a nice bonus. And, anytime he's on a big screen, I'm seeing it.
Wow. My final thought, shout out to Kutter Coffee. He's the he's a number 28 prospect in the Red Sox system. He was at 36, but now he's at 28. Yeah, I just want to give him a shout
I thought
out.
you were top 12, Jared.
You guys inspired me, man. Like I'm just learning the system now to like I'm just trying to know everyone.
What do you like about
He's like Bob.
coffee?
He's an infielder.
Love that. Love that about him.
Yeah. Yeah, he has above average raw power, but below average present power. I love how average his running speed is, because it makes me feel like, people like us can go out and do it. He's got a plus arm. He was up to 94 miles an hour off the mound in high school, which is pretty impressive when you consider, comparing that to everyone else that can throw a baseball. 94 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just a wide range of outcomes depending on how his hit tool develops. He has everyday potential if everything breaks right. High risk, high reward prospect. Did not play against the best competition in high school and struggled at times to make contact against better amateur arms, leaving questions about how he will adjust to professional pitching. But overall, I mean, with his tools, you just never know. So shout out to Kutter Coffee, man. He's doing
Homered in 8 straight games earlier this year.
Yeah. Yep. 20 years old.
Yep. I know you're joking. Mikey Romero did hit 2 home runs today after being pretty non-existent first round. Was that Heim's last first round pick? No, 2 years ago.
Yes. Or 2022. Yeah, so second to last.
Yeah.
Underslot for Roman.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Also, his OBP is like fucking 270.
All right, we're trying to do
whatever it is.
positives
I think he's
here.
up to 5 homers now, but I like Mikey Romero. He's supposed to be Marcel Meyer light.
Jake's takes?
Just fuck Jalen Beeks, dude.
Yeah, fuck Jalen Beeks. I agree.
No, you don't.
I do.
You were ready to buy his jersey until we told you.
No, fuck Jalen Beeks.
Can't wait to see Jalen Beeks. Tyler Milliken.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is that it?
Give me those Beaks cheeks. This is what Milliken said.
All right. We'll be back on Wednesday for the wrap up of the Red Sox Rocky series. Very excited about that. Tune in to Unobstructed Views on Tuesday, Nesson Plus, for the super convenient start time of 8:40 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's going to be me and Sarah Perlman Mancini. I don't know who's going to be on the sideline. I never know. I kind of just like talk it into existence. I'm just like, yeah, Section 10 will be there. I have no idea. I don't know. But Tyler, shut your lights off, dude.
They're behind the desk.
How are
Hurry
they
up.
behind the desk?
Shut them off.
Jake just keeps getting done.
All right. Bedtime. All right. Night, everybody. Sleep tight. Go Sox.
Buenas noches, amigos.